point was I was putting a lid on it.
Now that Shiksa has a place to sit.
Mm-hmm. It also
Wait,
makes
she can still stand up.
a little front heavy now.
Yeah! That should help insulate from the table slabs too.
Yeah.
Indeed. And it'll keep it above certain levels and hopefully make it easier to hear.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll face it away from us.
Roars and gunfire split the night as chaos reigns within the confines of the mansion's walls. The press of people trying to squeeze through the kitchen doors adds to the clamor. Beasts rail on their cages, some almost free, while others watch hungrily for their turn. Pristine, manicured lawn has been shredded by the activity of the night. Patches of dark mud pooling around the corpses of ex-partygoers. The wind picks up, a howling moan that underscores the fearful cacophony that has been trapped within the courtyard. Flames lick at a wall, hungrily devouring the wood that adorns it, casting flickering and dancing shadows over the tableau, adding to its frenetic confusion. So, we will begin. Is there anything anyone wants to do outside? What do people want to do?
We are
Or do we
currently
want
in
to
combat, good sir.
I was going to
Fair
say,
enough.
I'm
busy
removing.
being
Pass it
deeply
down.
in combat.
I'm
Pass it
removing
down.
my knife from
I was
someone
gathering
right now.
all of the Pikmin of the
okay.
world and taking them outside.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that.
Down.
I took an Overwatch position, except I can't see the fight.
You get two.
You are in fact
below.
Looking out the
overwatching.
wrong window.
Choose the
Uh-huh.
lowest. All right.
Because you are.
No, I can't see the cages. More monsters
yeah.
are about to
This
burst
one is
out
not
of.
the
I
lowest,
cannot see the
correct?
Yeti.
What do you mean correct?
Correct.
Yo, is this correct? I can see the cages more monsters are about to burst out of, but I cannot see the Yeti.
You cannot see the Yeti, and you cannot see the two cages that are damaged.
I thought you took it out.
This is the most useless fucking window ever.
No, it's not. It's big enough for JR.
The most useless window
Alright,
you would have
not-
been able to fit through.
You returned to the place where you were from.
There is, however, they do have line of
I
sight on
figured
people
a window
approaching.
overlooking the courtyard would see the majority of the courtyard.
It does!
You do.
It does!
That the two cages that are damaged are underneath the window. Like straight down
They're,
underneath.
they're right against the wall.
And-
I should be able to
either
see
end.
that.
Yeah,
Can I
if
stick
you
my
reach
head out
out
the window?
and look
You
down.
can stick your head out the window, but that's about as far as you can go. It's a very thin window.
You have broad shoulders, my friend.
Wait, he can see the people advancing with knives, though, right?
Yes, he can see the melee.
Yeah.
Because that's happening.
If you can stick
not
his
next to the
head
building.
out the window, you can probably see straight down.
That's what I was thinking. I can see straight down.
I thought you just said that his shoulders were too big and the window hole
Yeah,
was too long.
I knew it
but-
was. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get my whole body through it, but I should probably be able to get head and gun.
Okay, yes, you can get that.
You know.
Fair enough.
Also, question.
Yes.
How many power points should I have?
You should be down one.
Okay. From max?
Yes.
Okay.
You can also use bennies to get back power points.
That's good to know.
5 of benny.
Oh, that's easy enough.
So
I like my card. I'm
when
not
I
changing
throw
it.
my gun,
When you throw your gun.
will gravity assist me in doing damage?
Oh!
I love watching the
I
little
love that
wheels
this gun has had more
turn
kills
in
than the
Gil's
bullets
head.
it shoots.
It's almost killed the
Fire
fire,
one.
too.
Hi.
You gotta also watch the gears turn in Vasily's head. They turn in the opposite direction.
I'm watching them kind of slip against each other like a clock
yet-
that
and
is
yet the gears
ever
still
so
work.
slightly.
And yet we all move forward.
And yet,
No.
The clock runs backward,
No,
but
we
somehow it's still reporting the correct time.
Despite your best efforts, we continue to make progress.
It's not my best effort, though.
So, Saturday Night
Oh,
Live
crap.
Celebrity Jeopardy thing. That means despite your best efforts, you've actually won.
okay. So we will begin with jokers. Aces. Okay. So, one of the two gentlemen that are standing by the
The
door...
one that's alive? No, oh,
No,
that's
the
right,
two
okay.
the two gentlemen who have been fussing around. One of them looks at you, looks up, does a double take, and goes, "You! You were in the chamber."
Oh,
Hey!
Tap, pat, 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 pat. What? What, Arthur? Points at you.
Points at me.
Fuck!
Yes.
Oh shit. That chamber.
The guy with dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Still not my fault.
That was
What chamber?
the most beautiful, not our fault.
Which chamber?
The one that
The one,
Lester fell
the
two
one
Yeah.
stories
Lester
underground into.
Yes, yes, yes.
The one that
The
Lester
most-
Dynamite
The
Street.
most you guys, yeah, the most you guys would get out of that is a misdemeanor.
It's a misdemeanor.
I wasn't here for this.
Nope.
I
No.
definitely would get more than misdemeanor for that whole thing.
Can't prove I was involved at all.
Yeah, there were no survivors.
Then he
That's not what I meant.
It's
That's
true,
what I
though.
meant.
He moves his hands in a weird way. Arcane symbols appear to float like very closely to his fingers as he thrusts something at you.
Okay, that's probably gonna hit then.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
So he
I mean-
rolled 19 on his spellcasting roll.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
success.
It is.
That's the
Spellcasting like gunnery is not
Couple
a
of
contested
raises.
roll.
Yeah, but I have dodge, so it should reduce it by 2.
No.
But 2's not gonna do
Not
much
enough.
there.
So it's only 17?
Yeah.
What, 3 raises?
I mean, spellcasting still only counts the first raise.
Okay.
Yay!
You're not completely fucked.
Bolt,
I mean,
the,
I
bolt does
shouldn't
not
be.
give you plus 1d6 damage for every raise. It just gives
No,
you
that's
plus
true.
1d6 for damage for a raise.
Bullets do, though.
Bullets are bullets.
Bullets give you plus
6 plus d6 for your raises, yeah.
for each raise.
I believe so.
So
Not just
he
for a raise.
thrusts his finger. He thrusts his
He,
hand.
he
towards
throws his
you.
finger at me.
He thrusts his hand towards you, and a weirdly, in like a spark of dark lightning, almost as though it sucks in the light, goes from his hand to you.
Okay, so he's a Sith Lord.
Yes.
He's a what?
He's a Sith Lord.
He's a Sith Lord, yeah.
But you said stipple. What?
10? 10 damage.
Toughness 11.
So it strikes you, and while
Jingle,
you
jingle,
do
jingle.
feel a jolt,
Jingle jangle.
you
Big
are
ding dong.
unharmed by this. Basically,
Oh, yeah, it doesn't
he
even,
angrily hisses at you.
doesn't even-
He is a Sith Lord.
Then he goes back to licking his paws.
Ah, shit, we have to fight more
He's a
weird cats.
Sith Lord.
More weird cats, no!
I stick my thumb out back at him.
Like this?
Well, sorry.
I
I
bite
didn't
my
mean
thumb
tongue,
at you, yeah.
but at this point, yeah, I'm just gonna bite my thumb at him.
There you go. That's actually, at least that's still a rude
That
gesture.
is a rude gesture.
Although,
Yes, literally.
good job you hit me and it did nothing. That's
Alright,
weird,
so
too.
that was
Aces.
aces. Queen.
You missed one.
There is one
Oh.
in between that.
Aces king.
Oh, that's perfect.
So yes, I would like to be going now. How
Yes.
far is he from me?
He is within a movement.
Okay, so he's within half of my movement. Then yeah, I will charge him
Okay.
and attempt to stab him in his stupid dumb face.
Mm-hmm.
Maritime critters.
Yes.
In fact, I will try to do that
The
twice.
finished flavors.
Actually, this guy seems
I think
important.
we'd be in very grave.
I'm also going to use another action and use Chill of the
That's true.
Grave,
They get very
Okay.
popular.
so that
sort of thing.
him and his friend get. God, what's the thing called?
I can't think of alliteration on Iceland.
Him and his friend are vulnerable,
Okay.
which will offset my
Smiling
-2.
invertebrate?
Okay.
So, but we'll also make it so that if anybody else shoots, then they get pulled.
So this is
Icelandic isopod.
a...
There's
Ooh.
lobsters
Yes,
in
you
there.
also get a
Yeah.
free spell from your friend.
Huh?
You get a free spell from your friend.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
This was
It is-
established previously
It
for
is
letting
only
him
1d6
run amok.
Yep,
regardless
okay.
of
You
number.
have a
For
free
bullets?
use of your powers.
For any attack.
That's
Oh, at all.
is that how that's
Even
gonna
though-
work?
I mean, that's how I think it's
Just
gonna
the
work.
I thought it was gonna be
Because
the
you
next
only
time
have
I
a hit, extra hit.
the next time I do what you call it?
Is this not? Is Chill the Grave not?
No, it's just an edge.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a harrowed edge.
Okay, well,
So.
in that case, then it does. I thought this was one of your spells. Okay, so how does it?
It emanates as if like a huge cold wind just bursts out from me.
So, all right. So, do you have to roll anything for this, or
No, the
Okay.
Benny is the thing
So
that I'm giving
when
up.
you concentrate on them, like the wind that you hear howling above you doubles and comes from your chest, your clothes flapping out towards them, and they are caught in this gale. Only them. Their jackets flying behind them. They actually have to put up their hands, and you can see the tips of their fingers turning.
Yep, sounds about right.
Okay.
Okay, 2 attacks.
Very jarring.
Trying to go back and forth.
That's terrible. I'm gonna spend a Benny.
Pennies are made to be spent.
I love it.
That's much better. That's a 9, which I'm assuming beats their parry. And I'm gonna attack each of them.
One each.
Yes. So 9 and 11.
Yes, you beat both their parries.
That's what I thought. And I didn't raise on either of their parries, or did I?
You did not. So you got an 11.
Yes.
So there is one with a beard and one with a mustache. Which one are you?
Hold on. Which one yelled the name? I
Both.
think one of them said Alfred or something
Arthur.
like that. Or Arthur, yeah.
Also, weren't you next to a guy that was still alive?
Correct. But he was also in melee with someone else. So he might not have even noticed that I tried to stab him.
But you did stab him,
Slip
right?
this right in
No, I
there.
stabbed his friend and missed him.
Right.
So
I'll be back for
both
you.
of them said a name. One of them.
Which one said Arthur? So I want to stab Arthur with the second stab.
Okay.
And that was
Arthur is the one with the mustache. Grant is the one with the beard.
Okay.
Man with hair, but no beard.
Beard is getting stabbed
no
first.
hair.
We're
Beard
learning
is
all
stabbed
kinds of
first.
things from the subtitles today.
I'm calling them beard and mustache.
That's what I was gonna call them.
Not any
Arthur
silly
and
thing like actual names.
Of course.
So yes.
Mhm.
So 9 on beard,
9 on beard.
yeah,
Okay, that is not a raise.
and then 11 on mustache.
That is a raise.
Okay. How would raises work for this?
How would raises work on?
I don't know how raises
An
work in
additional
fighting.
die of damage.
You get an additional d6, regardless of the number of raises, and that's for all types of combat damage.
Okay.
We just looked it up.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
what I thought.
Beard is going to take a 13-point hit.
13.
Yes.
Oof. That sounds like
That would hurt even you.
That sounds like at least
It
one
would.
raise.
That would cause me to get shaken.
A fair amount, yeah.
Wait, what's your toughness?
11.
And you rolled a 13?
Yeah.
That wouldn't...
So it would break and give me shaken.
Oh, yes, sure. Sorry.
If I'm understanding this system
Correct.
correctly.
You are correct.
Okay.
Shaken is the first.
You lunge forward and stab your knife into
You've got armored.
Grant.
That's plus-
Grant.
Yeah, I believe that's
so
beard.
Your
Wait.
toughness is 6.
Yes,
3
beard.
of that being
I
armor.
thought it was
You you lunge forward
so
and
armor
stab your
Grant
knife
and
into
Arthur.
Oh,
Grant.
armor person 3
He
would be very bad for you.
Looks shocked that you have the audacity to stab him.
Yeah.
Monster.
Yes,
I didn't even
thank
use
you.
dynamite this time.
Oh, he notices me. This roll. Oh no. Okay, this roll is actually really good.
Don't forget damage can explode.
You
what's
sure
happening.
can.
Yay.
19.
19.
Tuned in late.
19 on Arthur.
Yes.
Mustache.
This poor man.
What? No, he's very rich.
Was.
very rich.
Correct terminology.
His estate probably still has
Or no,
money.
I did say his. I did use present tense. And he is definitely post tense now.
Not quite yet.
We can make him pretense.
There's a time after you pull
No,
the
no,
trigger.
we cannot
but
make
before
him
the
pretense. We are not time travelers.
We could make him pretense
this
for
game.
We could make him pretense for a crime.
There's no need to be pretentious, guys.
No, that's also past. He's part of this whole stabbing everybody plan, right?
If I do end up taking
So,
Shaman,
I
I
was
could just raise him
contentious.
from the dead.
We are
Fair.
making
We're pretense there then. Potential pretense.
we are
Oh,
we are,
hold on, did I see that right? Did I force you to take a soak roll?
Nobody needs imperfect verbs. Basile.
I do. I'm learning. I have to write a fucking assignment lesson for
how
teaching English
do you
before
stab
language.
Oh,
This is
man.
I would definitely go
Definitely
first.
crime.
Imperfect verbs then.
So he manages to catch your hand, like deflect your hand enough that it goes into his shoulder, but it's close. He is hurting.
Nice.
When we
All right.
played Blue
So that
And
was-
that would
It very
absolutely
quickly
end with a nice
evolved
smile
into-
on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Although, you know, there's a mask in
depraved
the way.
grandma jokes.
There is always a smile on his
Excellent.
face. The one that you
Question.
show the world.
Necromancers.
There's no
walk
safe
in
way to do this.
like
Is his
surgeons.
hand now pinned to his shoulder, like a
Oh,
thumbtack?
fantastic.
No, he like
I hate it.
Yeah, he pushed it.
You
Yeah, I didn't go through his
We've
hand, he
already
pushed it
finished
into his
Okay.
shoulder.
It was.
all right. So that was kings,
They're-
queen.
Howdy.
Okay.
Frustrating.
So, Specs is still behind the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have her continue to spy on people's spots because
something else.
I don't want to throw her into this melee.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically, I'm going to be
No,
spying
that's
on.
what I'm here for.
Yes, you are here for that.
Don't rile her up.
And I'm going to be spying on the host spots.
Okay.
So,
Bold.
very bold. But right now, he's kind of distracted by people with knives.
A little
So
bit.
They hold my attention for sure.
I'm trying to figure out what the
I can't be bothered with them. I got this whole thing.
What is the opposed
cool
roll?
critter
Smarts?
thing.
smarts.
So how many monsters are... The Yeti's not defeated?
The Yeti's not defeated.
Okay.
This is a weird.
The spider thing is still...
Yes, it's
Spider-
definitely
I don't
looking.
have
I believe
super
that
weapons, so I really
everything
get
but
Yeti
the
action.
Yeti is
People's,
still in their cages. It's
character
just that
sheets
there's
that
a
make me
couple
feel
of
really
cages that
good
are
is when
also
I see your
damaged.
parries.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
The
no,
Yeti
you-
is the only
Five.
Yes,
creature that
there is a reason why
actively
I have built
actively escaped,
Okay.
actively killing people.
All right. So then,
Thanks
weird
to
science
me,
roll
it's
for
not really actively killing
actual
me.
power.
I helped too.
You did.
I held it back for you.
It's actually very helpful.
Yeah, the
Technically,
two of you have been
I
very
would
good at
like to roll
containing.
I would like to spend a penny.
You know, I get that, like, you know, apparently there's
You don't have
ex-party
any.
goers
I
on the
have
line,
bennies.
Why
but...
don't you? You should have bennies.
Now
I
is-
should. I don't.
Oh, I think one of them is in front of Alex.
Alex has a
Alex
penny.
has one benny. There should.
There was a pilot.
Oh,
Pile
there
there,
were-
pile
I
there,
gave-
pile there.
I gave Dave a pile.
3-3.
There used to be two on this side of the table.
Oh, so you gave one to Dave. So yeah, we didn't have another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, give
And-
one of them back.
Yep.
I was gonna say.
I'm
what is this? I gave you
I'm-
2 bennies.
in...
Two real bennies.
Tariffs.
And yeah.
I'm just the
Screw it,
conveyor
we'll go
belt
with
at the
7.
sushi restaurant.
You
The
succeed.
conveyor belt. at the
Wonderful.
sushi restaurant.
I would like to ask the question of why the frick did he decide to fill this place with animals that eat people?
What languages do you speak?
Not as many as they do.
No, nowhere near. I will still get an answer, but English and a little bit of and Latin and a bit of French.
No. You cannot understand what
No, I
he's
have
thinking.
5.
But you do get the feeling of awe
You have the-
as at the destructive power of the enemy,
English is
and
half my.
the
Yeah, I actually haven't chosen my 5th language.
a sense
I've
of
got D.
just
I've-
wait.
pride in the fact that he managed
It's more
to
just like-
bring it this far and
the
not
pick.
have
Well, that's not-
this happen to him.
Sandwich, that's right.
Yeah, but you definitely wouldn't know.
I might disagree with that
this-
second
this-
point.
This situation is so terrible.
Oh, national.
I'm
surprise.
awesome that I lived through it.
Oh.
He has not yet lived through it. There is currently people with knives coming
He has
through.
not yet lived through it. There is a woman with dynamite behind him,
Should have known
who
that.
may or may not hold a grudge.
But I'm Mandarin.
I'm not sure if I have a grudge,
I don't speak Japanese, but I speak
but
Japanese. and
man,
Mandarin.
what the fuck?
Alright.
Yeah. I can technically move still.
Frenchers.
So I'm inside.
Yeah.
What is? How many civilians are still out in the courtyard?
Yes, I
Um,
thought it is.
Spanish should be more useful, therefore French.
There
French.
are About
We're
half.
on the west coast, so yeah.
God, for the-
They are attempting to cram into the back, like the door that's in the back of the.
yeah, I don't trust throwing dynamite into that.
Fair.
I'd rather not kill just people.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be okay with people and monsters?
I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
You gotta weigh the outcome versus the cost.
I need to know what
Specs-
what the
Specs is
shopping,
a strict
what the
utilitarian.
salsa shopping
That
criteria
tracks, yeah.
are for.
Look.
Specs.
No chili will be made
Chili.
if I kill
Okay.
any of the dudes with knives and who are hosting this place, but the civilians need to get the fuck out.
I don't think the dudes and knives are hosting this place.
No, the dudes and the people hosting this place.
I think at this point it's just the dude hosting the place.
No, he still technically got some butlers or something around.
He has
Some
bodyguards.
henchmen.
Yeah, he's still got the bodyguards.
Henchmen?
Because it turns out the people he hired weren't so good.
They're not very good at hedging.
No.
I would like to find the stoutest, most muscular corpse here.
That's mine.
No.
The second
Technically-
most muscular corpse
So
here.
there is the corpse of one of the bodyguards went down.
Roshan
He was
corpse is
a
busy.
very large man. He was large enough that he had a pocket watch on his wrist.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
I think I'm gonna get powers, new powers to get the spells that you and I learn from
We need to be
the
proper.
Yeah.
book. We're able to learn.
I'm gonna get dark side.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that body is right in the middle of the melee.
It
is.
Sure it
It's
is.
pretty gnarly.
And smite. So what's smite?
So
do?
fun fact, the amount of damage to the body actually doesn't matter for
Because it'd
zombies.
be really funny if I could smite people with my gun.
It's not until it starts to decay
Legs.
that it matters.
Ghost hands.
Behold my zombie. It is legs.
Yeah.
Legs? No hands? Mouth.
Legs.
Specs.
With legs like these, who needs arms?
Is there anyone that's of decent stature that is not in the
Smite
middle of
is
being
not
stabbed?
There
Oh, that's
there are a few.
it's,
Okay, there. Roll me notice.
Yep, there we go.
Text
No, this is nothing.
That's wrong.
Never
it's
mind.
in there.
It's gotta be.
'Cause
Seven.
I just went through the
Seven?
entire book
Seven.
and it's
You do see
It's in
a
here.
few corpses, like
154.
a few of the waitstaff corpses. Their jackets have been. They look far stronger than they should be.
Mm-hmm.
These are not people who toil away in kitchens. These are workers.
Yep.
So, like, none of them particularly stick out to you, but they all are stronger than your average party goer.
Mm-hmm.
Cast down a weapon.
How close are they to the monsters?
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely getting that.
Which
It
monsters?
doesn't have to be your own weapon. You cast it on either.
Oh, that's perfect.
Specifically, the
Because
Yeti
I
and the
use the gun
spider.
itself as
So,
a weapon.
They
I'm trying to
are
argue
they
for
are
the bullets
closer
and
to the
gun.
opposite corner from them
Okay.
than they are to them.
I will take that.
It's just-
So I
And
will
it just
move.
makes-
Actually, also, where is
That's cool.
our reporter friend?
Trying to push people through
Uh,
a door.
I've been hurting
Yeah,
the
Morgan
hitmen out
is
through the.
Closer to the kitchen doors. Morgan is very much
Yeah.
Okay.
orchestrating
And then
that.
Cool.
Just a
They're
flat
too
plus
busy.
2.
I'm gonna go move
I'm
towards.
still
the
gonna
horse.
roll notice on that.
And I can also
Yeah.
Mhm.
Morgan,
Yeah.
Morgan is attempting
Everybody
to create
gets that.
egress for
Mhm.
people to leave.
Additional PowerPoint. Nice.
All right, I'm done. That's me moved to where I
So
need to be.
Queens. Anyone else? Jax. Cool. Yeti's turn.
Great.
Nifty.
I think that Yeti should take like 10 steps back and into my line of sight.
Let's see what we can do.
As a free action,
You are-
Everett sticks his
you
head
are
out
the-
the window and goes, "Can you step back?"
You're the only one who can't see JR's Narutoing it up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder where JR went? He was here. Now he
I
isn't.
left JR.
Everett
It'd be
just
really
hears the
funny
screamings
if there
coming
was a
from
random
downstairs.
banana peel
He's kinda
right
just
behind
like,
the
"Oh,
Yeti right now.
That's
I
unfortunate.
bounded up,
I bet they're okay.
dove through the porthole of a window in this room, and cast wall walking. So I'm running down
Well,
the
I saw the
tree of a
melee.
building.
Or no,
shooting my gun one-handed at the Yeti at the bottom of the
So
building.
you
One-handed is
Where-
because you only have one hand.
Well, yes.
Doesn't make it unaggressive.
Wearing a bright orange dress, dress jacket.
All right.
Right, you
so-
had the fucking Naruto orange suit.
Yes.
Excuse me?
So the Yeti,
You both
Yeah,
wore
yours
Naruto orange.
is decorated. Mine is plain.
the Yeti, seeing that you're out of reach, reaches down and grabs a rock and throws it at you.
Nifty.
Oh, you couldn't make it a person?
You're
Please don't throw the body.
quite dexterous, aren't you?
And
It can't
There are
all
no
of them.
people.
can
close enough.
I do some sort of dodge? I feel like
Uh,
that's a rule in some rule book.
You were talking.
I mean,
is that
my
a skill
dodge
you have?
is an edge.
Okay, probably not.
I think you can.
I think it's an action you could take on your turn.
Oh,
What?
that would maybe make sense.
How long does it take the rock to travel?
I'll just roll the.
How many turns will it be in the air?
Is it affected by gravity?
No, it's not. We've determined this.
You see, for this equation, ignore gravity, ignore air resistance.
Sweet.
Maximum impact.
Right.
It's a lot. Like nobody came.
I think it's.
The whatever terrifying droning is coming out of the speaker.
Yep, that is terrifying droning.
I wouldn't say this is the best atmosphere for a fight to the death with monsters.
Giant monster picking up a rock and throwing it at JR. Subtle tension.
Oh, that's
Will
neat.
JR
This
get
is-
hit and suffer consequences for his actions?
This is what's playing in the room where Everett is.
Bob's getting reprinted.
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
he is.
Yeah, possibly in standard no less.
Yep.
Standard's gonna be freaking wild after this.
Love the idea of cutting to Everett and all
Bloody
the
hell.
exciting music and everything is just muffled.
Okay, so defend is against melee attacks and is a maneuver.
Hey.
Evasion. Yeah, so some attacks are slow or require the user to telegraph their delivery. I feel like picking up a rock and throwing it at me does in fact telegraph that he's going to throw a rock at me.
That's like
Yes, I agree.
It telegraphs that there's going to be a rock flying at you.
You know, I feel like something.
If an attack can be evaded and the character is aware of it, he makes an agility roll -2.
Chaos Master.
Those that are successful manage to avoid the attack and take no damage.
Okay.
If this was an area of effect attack, the GM should place the figure to the side or rear of the template as makes sense in the situation.
And then, so he's going to throw 2 of these. He's going to do a double multi-action,
Oh.
pick up a rock, and then in his other hand pick up a body and throw it at you.
Okay.
It's a bully.
Can I try and dodge evade both of these? Or?
Yes, you can.
All right. All right. D10 -2. I love how shit this Yeti is.
Oh, nope. This Yeti's just not feeling it today.
three for the first one.
He's been in a cage for how long?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just stiff.
He's got a
Yeah,
cramp
okay.
in his leg.
Just for the I do not accept twos
No,
on those dice.
what's terrifying is
All right,
that he could
3,
just
that's
turn
fine.
on at something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3
These
on
rolls
I
can
feel
start coming
on
through
them.
any
Okay.
time.
The pins and needles feeling goes away finally.
Oh, that's better.
Alright, so how does.
Well, it's against. Isn't it against my? If it's slow enough to
you
be
throw with
evaded, it's
athletics.
probably slow enough to dodge.
Not shooting.
Or
No,
defense-
you throw
parry
with
from
athletics
Yeah.
as your stats for his shooting.
Demolition specialist. You throw with athletics.
Yeah,
Yes.
it'd be
Reasonable expects has a
strength
point of
usually
athletics.
strength
Shooting
plus,
specialist.
Yeah.
plus some die type.
Okay.
The target and die rolls are the same.
So here we go! The rock!
Alright, so I've
Here
got
it comes.
5. I've got 5 parry. For did it beat 5s?
Yes.
Hitting me.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
And,
Well, that was just relevant for raises on your part.
so there was no raises,
Cool.
but the rock hits you for 15 damage.
So 6 six
No,
toughness.
sorry. 17 damage because it's +2.
So
It's a +2
6,
rock.
a 10.
Strength +2, which is a D12 +2.
It was rare rock.
It's a +2 rock.
It's in this man's rare garden, so.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's a
I guess
master
the chances of a
rock.
+2 rock are higher there.
Sorry.
It's a
so that is
masterwork rock.
17.
So 17 is
7, sorry,
4.
24.
It's probably
So
a
there's a
meditation
10,
stone.
So it's 2 raises. So I'm going to soak that.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand that reference.
Which, yay, my worst stats. Hey!
Kaboom.
7, which soak reduces the damage.
By one level
1 per success or raise.
Yeah.
The
So if you have
damage
a
from-
rate, so you have a number of wounds,
Yeah.
and you have a number of successes and raises on your soak roll.
Okay.
They cancel out like +1/+1 and -1/-1 counters.
Okay. So I am at 1 wound. I am.
Now here comes the body.
Yep.
That's
Not good.
30,
Specs, get the defibrillator.
Okay, so 24. Luckily, I've done this. That's 6.
Also, does a Papadon work on a human ribcage?
The fourth grade math is great for these sorts of 4s tables.
If only there were
Yeah.
pennies
So I will
randomly
soak-
scattered around the
Oh wait,
table.
can I make this? Can I make him re-roll damage? I can't. I have to soak.
you can't.
You can't, but if only there were free radical bennies scattered around the table.
Yeah,
to
but
save JR's
I'm getting
life.
Don't
hit
peer
by a
pressure the
body.
spectators.
I'm not peer pressuring. I'm providing an opportunity.
Highlighting
God
an
damn it.
opportunity.
Yeah.
2 6s at the same time. All right.
You know it would be funnier if they
I
used
can
it
see
on
the little sadistic like
10,
hamster
which
rolling
is
in your mind. Like,
2, which brings it down to
What?
4.
oh, you already played it?
Yeah.
Am I just
But the
dead
Yeti just
anyways?
whiffed it.
No.
Oh!
Can I do
Yeah.
another soak
And he
roll?
was like, "Aw."
I'm
I was
gonna
like,
allow it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, was
Second
that-
soak roll.
was
I
that-
now have to get. I now have
But then
4 to
it's-
get rid of.
We're in this situation.
Wait, he got like that many wounds?
I didn't know that either.
6.
6.
Oh my god.
How many?
11. Okay, that's 2 more.
The Yeti
I'm down to
rolled
2.
33
I'm
for
only
damage.
at -3.
Wait, you walked into this.
I'm
no,
only
you
at
probably
3
took damage
wounds.
already.
Wow.
Hey, any fight you can walk away from.
It's a good landing.
So
Hold
you
on.
aren't down yet.
I'm not
but-
incapacitated.
So here's what happened. The Yeti
Healer's like, oh,
angrily roars
don't
at
have
you,
my
looks
fluid
around,
either at the
grabs a
moment.
rock,
because we're at the party.
hucks it at you.
Yo,
You try to dodge, but don't get out of the way in time, so it clips you on the shoulder, sending you to the side. And as you recover, you see a body coming towards you, and it just catches you full in the chest.
yo.
What happens if you're knocked off your feet on a wall?
Well, you
Oh,
see,
yeah.
gravity doesn't count in this situation.
Because we established that earlier, didn't we?
I think we're going to use lasting integrity rules here. You have to get far enough from the floor for the other axis of gravity to take
Okay,
over.
that works. That works.
That's
so
how I-
yeah,
Oh
You-
my god, you're like stuck to the wall like those stupid disc
Oh,
rides at the
Everett?
carnival.
Everett, roll me a notice roll.
That's against the wall.
I believe that's a D6. I may have leveled it though.
If you're like, you know, flattened against the wall, how hard do people have to pull to get you off the
No.
wall?
You don't? Alright, there's a
You have to fight
brief
gravity.
moment of like light dark. And it's like you blinked. You don't know what
You
happened.
blinked right at the perfect
What?
moment to miss it.
Exactly.
Do I just fly by the window?
Yes.
And then a body drops.
you are
Because the
up-
body is not.
Yes, you're right. And then you see a body
Last.
fall.
It's been 3 rounds. It's been 3 rounds. I've got 2 more rounds.
We got 5.
And so you fetch up against the roof. Like there is a lip on the roof, and you just kind of skid and hit it.
It sounds
Yeah,
like you're at least
flying
out of
past.
reach now.
Apparently not.
Why would you say that out loud?
This
Stop
thing
giving the
throws-
GM ideas.
This thing throws rocks hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might be at
Honestly.
medium range now.
Yeah, true. Body's harder, actually.
You don't know
Yeah,
the
it
Yeti's
happens.
range increment.
I didn't say out of range. I said out of reach.
Out of reach.
true.
That's probably true.
I am in fact out of range.
All right.
Sonic Unleashed.
So that was Jax.
Ow.
Tens.
You're alive though,
I
right?
am.
Nines.
That's me.
What do you have?
A 9 of hearts.
I have a 9 of diamonds. You go first.
Because
Nice.
it's farther away from
Exactly.
A.
Okay.
So a body is
I'm
just
dumb enough
fallen
I can
past
remember
the
it.
window.
So I'm
it's
going.
get it.
If I haven't
coordinates
already,
determined by
I'm
how
going
far
to
away
poke
from A
my
is.
head and
Further is better.
presumably a
Okay.
shoulder
Mhm.
out the window.
Reverse alphabet.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there is
So
a
B's
fire below
last.
you. The smoke is coming up.
I should
And there
Yeah,
are 2
Spade,
damaged
heart,
cages
club, diamond.
next to the wall.
Diamond
And
club.
there is a Yeti roaring right
That
under
is a
you.
dumb rule. I will remember it now.
So I could probably
And a
head,
body.
shoulder,
Knee.
chicken wing,
And
and
arm.
like a support arm.
forget the
I could probably get a bead.
Don't forget you only brought 1 gun. Because you snuck in a gun to the party.
I didn't go to the party.
Yeah, no. He rode Yeti, or he rode
Sasquatch carried him up the
Okay.
roof.
Yeah.
I thought you only came with 1 gun.
No, I came without a dog.
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
We all made sacrifices.
Which is why she's the
Oh, we
tiny.
did.
And if I
No,
only
didn't.
had 1 gun, it would probably be my rifle because that's
No,
my
I didn't.
signature weapon.
Damn it,
Okay. So you
Trademark
roll
weapon is
me
another one I'm thinking about.
a...
You're gonna write your name on your dynamite?
If found, return to.
I
Can
prepared
I have
explosive
the
runes today.
hardcover book?
Which
Hardcover.
hardcover?
Yeah, which one?
Uh,
I was gonna say they're all hardcover.
I'm
No,
just
they're not.
imagining like your social calling card having like a little
Roll
match
me an
like
agility roll.
stick,
Agility.
and,
Potentially.
and then
This
the
is
other
an
side has a
awkward
little bit
position to
of
be
flash
in.
powder, so you can fold it up and go.
That's a 4.
4?
Yep.
Okay, you managed to get it into a good enough position that you don't have any negatives to this.
Woo!
Alright.
So you're
it's
hanging out
it's
the
a lever
window.
action, so there's even like a extra hook to keep it on my hand, just in case.
Perfect.
I let gravity lever it for me.
So now gravity does affect the situation? I'm
Well, yeah,
very confused
he's-
by this.
for
'Cause
him,
the spell's
it
only on
affects.
JR.
Right, of course.
Not on the body that went up and hit it.
Before it came back down.
Nor on the bullets that are about to accelerate down towards the Yeti.
Except that they don't for JR because they are also bound by JR.
Have any of the
Oh,
other
and-
critters broken out yet?
Not yet.
And
So also the 2 in the cages that aren't broken out of roll me a spirit roll. A fear check.
Oh yeah, you just noticed some scary shit.
That Yeti
-2.
is kind of
mine
scary.
is 2. That's a serious fear level.
Yeah.
That's why I have to pull 2 cards and take the lower.
You just...
That's a 1, isn't it?
No, it's a
No,
5.
that's 5 and a 1.
That's a 5 and a 1.
Finish it.
That was a 1, isn't it? Is what I said because
The other one wasn't.
dice have symbols on them and people haven't decided whether it's a 1 or a
Well,
6.
I will take my first roll, and I cannot re-roll again.
2 ones?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
But I am choosing to take my first roll, which is a regular failure.
Not a critical failure.
So heart attack.
Oh,
Please, no.
I know.
I can't reach you two.
Another new
As-
permanent fear?
As a spectator, we're
It's
just
not as bad
spectators.
as last
This
time.
man has almost died
It's a
from
minor
fear.
phobia
Oh,
now.
I was kidding. Great.
You have
normal
fear
guy
heights
keeps-
now.
That's a long way down, Dave.
Define heights.
His 3rd floor.
Well, never mind. It's too high.
Okay.
So you saw scary creatures and developed a fear of heights?
That's exactly what
Well,
happened.
evidently, all like under. Who knows what's down at the bottom of that height?
You can
There
barely
could
see
be
down
monsters hidden.
Yeah.
Every time you peek over a cliff, it could be a Yeti. Every time you poke your head out the window, could be a brawling cultists.
Could be Man Bat. You don't know!
Could even be a Wendigo.
The next
Even be a
time
Wendigo.
you see a house centipede while you're looking down the stairs, your heart's gonna skip just a little bit.
Perspective's a
Roll for
bitch.
heart attack.
We did this time.
Please
No,
no.
when there's a centipede at the
There's
bottom
a
of the
centipede,
stairs.
nice. Oh my gosh.
That was a reference to the spider.
Mhm.
You need some more spirit.
I have a D8.
Wow. You need better rolls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was -2.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't succeed, because my first roll was a 5.
What was a 5?
Yeah.
If the fear level was lower, I would have been fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Yeti
Unfortunately-
gives a -2.
Everything's on
Oh,
fire.
the Yeti gives a -2.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Aura of fear.
Yeah, the man bat is fine. It's the Yeti that's the problem.
The spider's fine. Unless
Yeah, you don't have a
spikes.
phobia of spiders. Yeah.
Yet.
No, that's me.
So
I'm
now
just collecting them.
now it's shooting time.
I mean, you're just a dude
You're
compared
a
to
regular
everyone
18th
else.
century Pokemon collector for phobias.
Now that you're, now that you got
But
some
that
nice
is
vertigo
correct.
going.
Everett is some guy. Everyone else around him is magically enhanced.
It's freaky.
It is. I
like
signed
it.
up
These
for
So
this.
as you're looking down,
Yeah.
you see the Yeti roaring at you, and weirdly enough,
In
blood
your
seems
direction.
to be flowing down the wall around you. And the roar is causing the walls to bleed.
Great.
And
Here's my narrative.
that's what gives you this.
It makes him bobble, and he
Yeah.
feels for a second himself in free fall from 3 floors up toward
And,
toward the Yeti.
and the best part is it's JR's blood. He just doesn't know it.
You're way too happy about that.
It's really funny.
Okay.
So, the
So
number of times I have nearly died, yes, this is very funny.
bunch of
That's
people
fair.
fighting the Yeti.
Mhm.
Weird melee of a bunch of people I don't know is happening.
Actually, who
Right.
is
Oh.
fighting the Yeti?
And then
Oh,
Lester's fighting somebody.
Technically just
Fire your gun into
But
the ground.
James-
Actually,
where-
Lester
where are
in
you?
conflict with two
Shooting
sharply
his
dressed
gun.
people,
Yep.
both
Okay.
of which have been stabbed.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a very bright
May have
orange.
felt
Oh
that.
wait, that's definitely Lester
Sorry.
stabbing some people.
Both of whom have been
Lester's
stabbed.
got this.
What did you say?
Let's
got
this.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I set up the situation for anybody to join in and have bonuses.
So did I.
Is anyone?
Give me a turn.
Is there any other combat than Lester's melee and the Yeti, and the people I don't know whose side I'm on?
You don't see any other combat. You see a bunch of random partygoers attempting to press through
Okay.
the kitchen doors.
And these sharply dressed people, I'm assuming, look nothing like the knife wielders.
So the knife wielders are the waitstaff.
Okay.
You can't see if the sharply dressed people who Lester is engaged with have any weapons.
Yep.
They just appear to be in combat.
Alright. It'll be getting this one. It's shaking us in this.
Okay. And the Yeti, I'm assuming, does not look even remotely bloodied.
It actually looks pretty bad.
Yeah. I fucked it up.
Oh, okay.
It is a bloody eye, like there is a wound above, like on its chest.
Okay.
Probably so.
Well, you know what? Just in case, I think I will multi-action.
Okay.
Thankfully, I have my signature weapons, so that nets out to only a -1.
Nice.
It's not bad.
A 4 is not a hit.
Okay.
Well, isn't that a success on a shot? Oh, -1. Right.
We'll take our second shot.
What are you shooting at?
The Yeti.
Twice.
Okay.
You might need to put those dice in timeout.
Sure is scary shooting from up high.
Drive your card. All right, now.
This was going too well.
Yeah.
So now,
Well, except for JR.
It was going so well, and then things started finally going in Gil's favor and not mine.
Wait,
I
Gil's
stopped-
rooting against us?
I finally stopped just one-sidedly bashing the Yeti on my own.
You were getting very confident, and then the Yeti
And then
reminded
the Yeti
you.
went, "What about physics?" And I went, "Oh fuck, I hate those."
It's the spider's turn.
Who's nearby for the spider to attack? Oh, civilians.
Civilians.
I thought the
So-
spider hadn't gotten out of its cage yet.
It just broke
Not
out at the
yet.
end of. Oh, that's right. It's trying to.
It's been
Yeah.
damaged.
So it pulls itself back, and with a rush and a sound of grinding metal, it breaks free.
Fuck!
It is now out and starts skittering towards civilians. Actually, no. It breaks out and then starts running up the wall.
Ah!
That's so much worse.
It needs to
Yeah,
come
it's-
with
wait,
the Minecraft
it's
spider
doing-
like sound effect.
Not your wall.
Okay, thank goodness.
It's
It's doing the
That-
spider
like-
thing.
Which
Yeah, it's-
wall?
Incapacitation is
So
terrifying.
it's close to JR's wall and the back wall. It starts running up the back
First
wall.
off,
Is-
Are
Dave's
like,
character
is it trying to
looking out
leave
from the
or
back
actions?
wall?
I'm on
Dave's
JR's
character
wall.
looking out from
You're
the
on
wall.
JR's
Use
wall.
roll.
Okay.
A vigor roll. If you crit fail, you
How
just
close
don't
is the
have
spider
to
to the
fail.
kitchen? How close
If
is the
you
spider to the
fail-
kitchen?
What?
That's
it
what
is
was happening when I had a
on
heart
the
attack.
Okay.
Is-
So it's like
As you succeed, the injury goes away with
so
all
it's
of the
next
heal
to
if
where
you
I'm
raise
directing
it.
the
But then we get to
Pikmin
hunt the
around.
spiders.
But
Get
one of the
to
injuries
or
you get
have
is
That's
that
not
we
You
have-
get to.
You
So
get
that's
Good
to.
answers.
You get to. I have to.
That was 9s, 8s.
Yay!
We drew
Clubs.
high.
Speak for
Actually,
yourself.
we all drew around the
Okay.
numbers in a line. Like
I could have had the ace of diamonds if I didn't have to be slow.
top half so far.
So,
I hate that.
so
much. Only time I've ever seen
So-
a Joker for initiative.
so
I
the
had to take
sensible
the slow
thing,
one.
the sensible thing would be to only do one thing, and that means I'm not gonna do it.
So what are you dealing with the devil for?
Oh no! I'm shooting my last bullet at the Yeti, and then I'm throwing my gun at the Yeti as hard as I can.
Okay.
Signature style.
yeah, unfortunately, as much as I would love
Maybe
to
it'll
chill
win
on the
in its
grave
good
of the
eye.
Yeti.
And
Maybe.
I believe that gun
That
is
is-
a signature
it would
weapon,
work.
so you should get a +1 to the
I do,
throw.
which means I'm only at negative
Yeah.
4.
Specifically says
Because
they're
wounds
protected
impose
by
a
cold
negative
weather
penalty
gear.
equal to the number of them you have.
Them.
Yeti is
So, the bullet first.
We'll get you a success.
Yet.
That's a 0. And then I throw it.
Throw the bullet.
And actually,
It
I
might work
throw the
better than
bullets.
I
shooting.
throw
it.
the gun, and that's got a better die. Because my athletics die is better than my... Damn it, I was almost a 10! I also missed with the gun.
Okay. So what happens is, in
And
your bloodied state, you're like fetched up against the roof. You're like,
Fucking piece of...
bang.
And then I step
anyone
back
who
over
wants
the
to
lip of
make a
the roof.
notice roll?
Yep.
I'm
And I do
always
not
gonna
notice Everett's head below me.
I choose to fail.
really on
On
this
four.
roll.
Nice
I
shot.
got an 8.
An 8?
Sure, 7.
So, okay.
That's 2
So
successes,
everyone who's noticing, you don't notice anything?
Nope.
Okay, so everyone who notices
I'm
just
facing
sees
the
a revolver bounce off the
Yep.
Yeti's head.
Wait, did you
Uh,
notice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you see a
And-
gun fall
and then
down
I,
off
and
the
then I
top of the
step back
building.
over the lip of the roof.
And bounce
So
off
if
the
Everett
Yeti.
looks up,
harmlessly.
he's actually going to miss seeing JR because I'm stepping back over the roof.
Mystery gun.
As a reminder, you do have a Sasquatch on call.
Right.
I'm just making sure that you remember.
That's next turn.
Okay.
Have,
When I
Sas-
summon my next gun.
Mhm.
have Sasquatch fight the spider, please.
Sasquatch v Yeti. Rated R, coming Friday.
But
Okay.
he also said only at like if we if it's a critical thing, because he doesn't want to get.
You know,
I'm not dead yet.
the Yeti escaping might be critical.
Monty Python, thank you.
Alright, so 8s, 7s. 7s! Bat's turn!
Wait, hold
Oh.
on.
Spades. Clubs.
Which means you're
Yes.
after.
Yes.
Okay,
clubs is
but
last.
now you have me in the queue.
Yes.
Wait. I couldn't explain it to you. There is no reason.
It's,
That gesture was perfect. That's how I feel.
so then
I do
the
hate
bat
the way Q is spelled.
attempts to break out of
It's a
the
long
cave,
Q's followed by 4 silent letters.
and with
I hate that.
another sound of grinding metal,
Ah, damn
Fuck's
it.
sake.
giant bat creature bursts from its cave.
How much do I have
bad
to bribe
bat.
the universe to place banana
That one I
peels
might not be as
throughout
good
the
at
arena?
I put one in midair.
My next trick.
For my next trick is a spider.
For
And
my
then
next
it
trick, I'll walk
starts-
on air.
It attempts to fly away.
Attempts.
It's been
I found a
locked in
boss
cage.
arena in real life
I'm
once.
honestly fine with that. We can hunt that later.
I found a boss arena.
So
Use it on the third face.
I finally shot all the bullets in my gun.
Yeah.
It's a red painted
I've used
propane
all the bullets in my
cylinder
gun before.
in a
so-
tree.
So-
You should just
So
throw
everybody-
that at Gil.
It
I'd
attempts
have
to
to
fly
miss it,
away, but it fumbles it, and it just kind of like gets a little bit up and
Dude, you need to stretch
Honestly.
crashes into the Yeti.
Wait, does the man bat steal the kill?
Yeah, we don't get any experience.
No, it just makes the Yeti notice
first.
it.
Does it scrabble and like accidentally poke its good eye?
Not that lucky.
Does the Yeti get tangled up in its wings?
How did
Does the Yeti acquire a fear of bats?
Entangle is a status.
It does not.
Does it acquire a fear of bats?
Actually, no, it doesn't.
Does
It does
acquire
not
fear of bats?
acquire a fear of bats.
Does it acquire a fear
What
of
about a fear
hands?
of heights?
It might.
I'm
You don't
afraid of
know.
all of the height above me.
It is possible the Yeti's afraid of heights. We have no way to know.
agoraphobia?
It hasn't climbed the walls. Agoraphobia.
Okay, so that was
It's Ashton
sevens.
now.
That was the bat. Your turn.
Alright, so I've been herding the Pikmin out of the room
Yep.
in trying to avoid like crushing situations and getting them through the doors.
Roll me a check to see if you continue,
now I need to
or
down
is there anything
the
else you want to do?
So I've been
Shit,
doing that
top.
as a pacifist. I cannot actually take combat actions, I
You
believe.
go back to the wall.
Can if
Walk
your
by
life is
Everett,
threatened.
Run down the
because-
wall again.
I believe you have a minor
Minor
hindrance.
version.
I do have a
Yeah.
minor hindrance.
So minor is all you will take actions if your life is threatened.
Okay, this is a pretty life-threatening
Go
situation.
inside to get to
I'm
the window.
still trying to
go out.
avoid people
Instead
dying
of just
due to
going down the
crush
wall.
situations. Like, entity cramming seems bad. And like,
Just
you
go
know,
down
you've
the
been
wall.
describing people as like pressed against the door, and I'm
Yeah.
like actually getting them out in an orderly fashion.
That was
Make
four.
me a.
Make me an Eagers check.
Yeah, make me a. What would be a good roll for this, in your
Mm.
opinion?
Because it was 2, 2, oh, it was 1, 2, 2 for bullets.
I'm going to look.
And then 1.
Delicious.
I have a D8 in persuasion, and I can re-roll
Think of
because
a
I'm attractive.
Meal named
Okay.
pun.
I will give you that at -2.
So
That's terrifying.
okay.
That's adorable.
So you roll a D8 and a D6.
It's Stedman's tree.
Listen to the pretty one telling you to not crush other people.
These people are rich. Why would they listen to you?
Because I'm cute.
Do you have a
Don't
big
you get a
hat?
reroll for being
Get a
attractive?
counterpoint.
Yeah,
Do you have a
but
big
don't
fancy
I'm
hat?
giving it to you anyway.
Yes,
Just
you
in,
have a big
yeah,
fancy hat.
I'm giving it
Just
to
in
you
case.
anyway.
Wow.
All right, now I have 2 4s.
At a -2. There's a press of people.
Yeah, well, I'm still doing that.
Okay.
Pressing this,
So,
suppressing people,
just-
pressing each
You
other to get through.
like wave your arm
Press-
to try and get people's attention, but nobody's
The present
paying attention.
press.
Okay.
The Yeti has
Press-
just
press-
thrown a
press-
body
press-
at the person who was on the wall, and that person went flying. There's gunshots for some gunshots, and the Yeti wasn't hurt for them. There are people stabbing people. There was the sound of thunder. Fuck's going on?
Don't even get me started
Fair
on
enough.
Man Bat.
And spider bat.
And there's a spider running up the wall.
Please no.
I think it's
True.
just giant spider.
The
It is
giant
just
It
spider
is just
is
giant spider,
running up
yeah.
against the
We're
wall
adding back
that is
to things.
close to
Spider
all.
bats.
Ah, yes, the Yeti bat.
So
Uh,
I
The
don't
Yeti bat.
actually have anything on me that would help with this, with the spider in
I have
particular.
finally cracked the genome of biological things. It was just the bat, though.
It was just a
we all
Well,
thought it was gonna
If
be
I
crap.
thought
Just
the
a bat.
plan ahead, I
It's
would have brought some
everything plus bat.
diatomaceous earth because that actually would have helped with the situation.
That's the basis for all that.
But did they they would have let me bring in matches
Yes.
for my tobacco?
Yeah,
Spiders
you
are
gotta-
flammable.
They are flammable.
So are people.
DM,
Spiders
I
are
start flicking,
more
I
flammable.
start flicking
That's true.
matches at
All the little hairs.
No, here's the thing: when spiders go up the wall,
in flames.
they also leave tethers of their silk.
which
Okay.
is also
I'm gonna light that on fire.
Okay. Roll me a notice roll.
I get to use a higher die for this.
Feels good, doesn't
Put
it?
it in the dice thing.
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
that's
gonna
good luck.
say.
It's like lighting
That's
the
good
silly
luck.
string
There we
that
go.
comes out of the can.
Yeah.
That's also flammable.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's nice.
So that was 14.
Dangerously flammable.
14.
Yes.
You
I think
see,
it's mostly the
like,
it's fine.
in the chaos, you see, like, a
Contact
piece
under
of
pressure.
the thread going. It's actually close enough for you to reach.
I'm gonna light it on fire
Okay.
with my matches.
Yep.
That I bought not quite as many as Dave suggested I buy, but definitely a lot of, so I can spare them.
This is where most of my money went.
All of them.
Up in fire.
That
I'm
was
not-
one of several suggestions.
Yeah, $600 or 2 million gumballs.
Well, they didn't let me bring film, so I had to put something in my bra.
What
So-
group chat was that in?
You managed to catch the silk on fire. It spreads
Ah, that's
surprisingly quickly.
I want the spider to be
Ashton
on
was trying to
fire
figure out
from
what to do
this.
with $750.
I want it
We
spinnerets
will
to be
see
burned.
what happens
Not
next
the
turn.
whole
Yeah, so I'm
So the
telling you
fire
what my
is
aim is here. I want its
flamethrower,
spinnerets to be burned so
Estate
that way its
charge, 300.
tether goes away.
149,900
So that way it's relying
matches
only
for
on a single flame pad on the wall,
$750.
which
I
aren't
work out
actually
with
as good as a
this
lot of
$400.
people think they are.
Okay.
I want it to fall, and I want it to fall
That was the
on its
reference that was
back.
supposed to make.
Ah.
2 million gumballs.
So, the fire rushes up the wall. It catches
I
like
love that the last one
it
is
catches
the
more than the silk on fire. As soon as it
Stagecoach,
touches the
like,
wall,
yeah.
it,
Stagecoach.
the fire
It'd be great.
spreads a bit.
No horses though.
It's
Just
probably
say-
because the wallpaper itself was
We have
also
horses.
silk.
Horses are like
Don't worry about horses.
Horses
It's
are
not-
like
it's not
150 apiece,
wallpaper,
but also we
it's-
have horses.
Rough wood.
Don't worry about horses.
Oh, that was
Stop worrying.
And
Stop worrying.
how much do you
That was
want to
good.
know about this?
Before I was told not to worry about horses.
I
was
am
gonna get
very
emotional about
interested to
horses
see
and
where this is going.
Roll me a science roll.
Okay, I get.
How did we get to
+2
science?
Sign. I thought
We're lighting
science.
something on fire.
Oh, that makes sense.
Is
And
science
fire is spreading surprisingly quickly as soon as
is
as soon
science a
as it
straight smarts roll or is it like
It's a
specific?
skill.
No, it is
Okay.
a skill, so you have
The
a
house
-2 on
is
that.
made of
No,
tree.
I get
Which
to
usually
have.
would actually
tree.
help in this situation.
I get to roll
except
any
that-
untrained
Redwoods
smart
are fairly
skill
fire
at D4,
resistant.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a hardwood.
On the
and I'm
outside,
investigator,
unless the tree is
so
dead.
I get to.
On the
have
outside.
Good shit.
Yeah.
So
No,
This
no,
is
you
also specifically redwood that has been imbued with ghost rock.
okay.
That feels like that should be pretty resistant. Oh well,
No.
no, actually that'd be the opposite. Yeah,
So you see,
Opposite.
yeah.
redwoods
I
have an
got
extremely
a
thick
3,
bark, which
Yeah.
And
is
your
fire and
-2
pest
was
resistant.
cancelled out by
Then
my
they have an
+2, so
outer
it is
layer
a
of
straight
live
3.
wood,
Okay.
which is
You
full of a
don't
ironically
know
fire retardant.
Why
wood.
it's catching so
Yeah.
easily on fire?
But it is.
Then there's the middle of the tree,
But I'm noticing.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
which is
Alright.
wildly flammable.
So that was 7s.
Well, luckily
Six.
most of that is rooms.
Cool.
It
to
burns
start
so
with the weight
fast
staff.
that
I got 3
redwood
6s.
forests
Wow.
full of trees that
So
when
we start
struck
with
by
the weight
lightning,
staff.
the center burns out of and the tree stays standing.
That's fucking awesome.
It's very cool.
Also, you're probably fucked then.
Uh-huh.
Damn it.
Also,
so,
me too.
So
Uh-huh.
I can't find it,
Less
but
so.
the reason I said the gumball thing is because one of my favorite funny YouTube history channels is called Jojo, and he likes to measure distances in gumballs.
That's amazing.
That's dumb and I love it.
Is that what, half an inch, three
In
quarters
the
of an
same
inch?
vein as the people who use the Toyota Corolla unit of measurement.
I prefer the Danny DeVito
In
personally.
high school, we measured everything in Wolfgangs.
I remember you saying that.
We had a friend named Wolfgang.
Yeah, no. This is also a
There
classic
is
bit from
the,
MIT.
MIT measurement of.
Gil's met Wolfgang.
I have.
Yeah, what is the classic MIT one called again?
Smoots.
Yeah, yes, it's Smoot.
Smooth?
But yeah,
Smoot.
wouldn't Wolfgang make a good series unit of measurement?
Indeed. Yeah.
Mass, length, volume, whatever. You can measure many things in Wolfgangs.
One unit for different dimensions is always a good idea.
As long as it's a consistent unit.
It is a consistent unit. Wolf
See, also
somehow
ounces
does
and
never
ounces.
gains nor loses weight.
At any given time, it's a consistent.
And he's been the same
measurement.
height since he was like 16.
Okay, so one and then there.
Thank you.
We've passing it around.
I feel like I should be able to.
Okay, I guess I have to.
You want to whisperer now?
What is yours?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would buy either one.
Figure chunk. That's been around for
Months.
yeah.
Okay.
Across 2 different tabletop games.
What are we getting rid of?
Usually snacks end
Chocolate
up.
bar.
Usually snacks end up on this table, and then 2 months after that to trash.
Reasonable.
If no one's getting it after 2 months of it being opened on the table, okay.
Yeah.
If I remember it. So sometimes snacks sneak around for like 4 months.
That's between 4 and 8 tabletop sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Plus Gloomhaven.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Gloomhaven just gets shoved to that end.
Okay, so
This table is amusingly long enough to actually have
all
Gloomhaven and other things.
these guys. Can you get me on
And
the
other
motion?
things.
Well, Gloomhaven's fewer people. It's 4, right? Or is it
It's
5?
4, but the table space is like 6.
Mm-hmm.
I like how I'm a pacifist, except for when I engage in a little bit of recreational pyromania.
I mean,
Well, spiders isn't people, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And also, you're not doing the violence. The fire's doing the violence.
what I was
That's
gonna say.
chemistry.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Exactly. That's what pacifism's about.
7.
Hey,
I may have missed a
people
step
already
there.
know where the exit is at this point. My work there is done.
the fact that they all know is kind of the problem.
Now you're
Try to
adding
stop
incentive.
them from crushing each other.
You're adding incentive to leave.
I am helping them leave by making the door bigger.
And, you know, making them want to leave more by making everything else on fire.
I'm actually very happy that the spider is on fire. Thank you for that. I did not want to deal with that later.
Okay, that's good enough. Thank you. Oops, there went that one.
You're doing great, Ken.
Thank you.
That guy went back into the tower too many times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. That's the wait staff. They can have as many explosions as they want.
Who are they stabbing?
Are we sure it's the wait? But the wait staff are the stabbing people.
Oh wait, shit, it's the wait staff.
Yeah, the wait
The
staff
wait
are
It's not
staff
the
are
stabbing.
bodyguards.
bad.
Yeah,
It's not the bodyguards.
right, not the bodyguards.
They're the
The
stabby.
wait staff or the wait staff?
That
Second
one.
one.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, we have no affiliation or attachment to these people.
No,
Because the
Bart
actual
already got
wait
a glimpse
staff
of the
are
book.
Also
That's
helping
true.
the people
I
guests
would
escape.
like this. I would like the rich ass dude to be an Ardette, though.
Yeah, but what if they're dead?
I'm trying to prevent that.
Oh, okay.
Actually, right now, Lester's really preventing that. I have a target-rich environment for this zombie.
It's a pity that JR doesn't know about the books.
So, one of them. So, the waitstaff assault the guards. A few of them have managed to get in around their guards and just kind of like stab at them, but their knives kind of skitter off their jackets.
Good. I'm happy with this.
Except for one of them, who manages to get in under like someone's guard and stab them under the arm. You will see which one that happens to. Well, guard with a tall guard with a wide brimmed hat who has already been bloodied at this point, lets out a cry as one of the waitstaff lunge in under his guard and stab him. He goes down.
Obviously.
Did we lose another guard?
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Turns out guards are not a renewable resource.
It works.
There's actually
now
that's the direction place.
I'm such a-
the other person who you are fighting,
I mean, on the
Oh,
span of
the
time,
one with my other knife in
fossil
him?
fuels are renewable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
he angrily growls and
No.
attempts to he reaches into his jacket and then
Where the fuck it is.
pulls his hand out as though he remembered he doesn't have something.
What's he missing, Gil? What's he missing?
I don't know.
Could it be a knife?
It very well could be.
Man,
I wonder if it's the
a
knife I have on my.
fight.
I wonder if it's the knife I have on my person.
I don't know. Is it? Did you bring
Are
it?
you stabbing people
I
with
have
that
a
knife?
ritual knife on my person.
Mm-hmm.
Are you stabbing
It
people
very
with
well might be.
The triangle one?
No,
that's
the
mine.
ritual
That's
knife
yours.
is the serrated
And you didn't bring
one.
it.
No, I did.
Good.
No, the
It's-
triangle knife is the
I brought it
serrated
instead
one.
Oh, okay.
The ritual knife is the
Yes.
one with
Oh
the weird
god, a
symbol on it.
serrated
Yeah.
triangle knife.
Yes, the knife we really
I
don't want to
keep
be stabbed by.
I
You keep
Yeah,
forgetting
it keeps-
exactly
it keeps
how
hitting you again.
nasty that
and
knife is.
remembering how awful it would be to be stabbed.
Poke
with
some
a
holes in
knife.
people's specs.
Specs is not built to poke holes in people. However,
that
the zombie
knife,
might
You don't
be.
need to be.
Waka waka. Waka
So
waka.
realizing that he can't stab you, he starts moving his hands in a weird way. Not like the other person, not like Arthur, but he kind of pulls something from you.
From me?
Yes.
Is there anything?
Is
to
it
pull?
there?
Hmm?
Is there something to pull?
He strains against something and it doesn't work.
So no.
You feel an ebbing from your being.
Mm.
You don't know what it was, but he grabbed onto something that makes you you, and
I was about to say, if he critically failed, I'd be like, does he grab Osei instead?
Grabs the literal devil out of
That
you.
seems like a bad result.
Dude, that would be
I-
a terrible
If
result
he
for so
tried
many
this,
reasons.
I
Just
kind of wanted him to
unleash
get
yes, the
constipated
devil.
from
Yes.
this effort.
Period.
he isn't
Probably.
yet. So with that, it's the guard's turn.
Huzzah!
Minus one
What
guard.
did
Remember when you
they
said we
get
all drew high?
to be this far
Yeah,
down?
we-
Remember how
Yeah,
long
we all
ago
drew
that
high.
was?
They got
That
what?
entire sequence of 3 things were 6s.
Okay.
It was 6 of diamonds were the waitstaff.
Okay.
6 of hearts was 6 of hearts was the waitstaff. 6 of diamonds was Grant. 6 of clubs is the guards.
Okay.
Huh. Remarkably
Well, I didn't draw
consistent, these
6 or less.
NPCs.
Indeed. Nice. 6s. Oh,
These NPCs are evil.
Alright, so with that, the woman guard
JR.
pulls something out of her jacket, uncorks it, and takes a swig.
The arm pops out of a mole hole nearby.
Wait, there is a single woman
Yes.
guard?
Yes,
That is their only defining feature?
she has ruby blonde hair, she is short.
Oh, her!
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So that's
The
what you
one
mean
that
by
checked
the
all
the
woman
boxes.
guard. Okay.
That would
Yes.
be beautiful.
That's how I'd
She
animate
has
it if I
long
were
hair
writing
strung
this.
across her face. So above her other eye, so she's the one that has the scar above one of her eyes. Above her other eye is another scar.
It's a lot of descriptive text. I bet she's a wild card.
Mm-hmm. I hope she's a wild card.
She's not a wild card. That's one die.
She takes a drink of something and grimaces and doesn't appear to get any better.
Damn it. That old fool's mad science doesn't work.
And
Jesus,
so
Brought
with
this
that's
well
that,
edition.
That asshole didn't know what he was doing.
you guys, you hear click, 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 and they just lay down the fire.
Okay.
Neat.
We are going Rate of fire 3 on these Gatling pistols.
Yeah.
Oh,
Makes sense.
God.
-4 on each attack.
-4 on each attack.
Yep.
Are any of them
You're
attacking
fine.
Grant and or
No,
Arthur?
they are
Okay.
just
Recoil's a bitch.
No, you have them
Sorry.
handled.
No.
Sure is.
Recoil's
Apparently.
Recoil's just an asshole.
I can agree with that, in fact.
Steve's learned the hard way.
One
Yeah.
of so
Actually,
one
no,
of the
you didn't learn the
shots
hard
goes
way.
wild.
No, not the hard way.
There's a much harder
And
way to learn
it's
that
a
lesson.
guess.
Did your pepper bugs try to knock you over?
One
No,
of the guests.
The
You,
mini compact kick.
You hear
Ah,
a
it's a
barrage
snappy
of
pistol.
fire from behind you, and one
Yeah,
of the
okay.
Pikmin that you're shepherding
Which is why I
falls
was at a
over dead.
disadvantage in my contest.
That's tragic.
Yeah, because if
Oh,
it's
so fat for him.
muzzle velocity is
There's
comparable,
a reason
but
why I'm
it's a
referring
less
to them as
massive gun,
Pikmin.
then
Correct.
it makes sense.
You know what?
I'm proud of myself that I remembered muzzle velocity.
I mean,
is the-
it's
the term.
sad, but
That's
it's
exactly
like,
what it is.
you know,
Yeah, they aren't doing too hot.
I mean,
they're just Pikmin.
they're trying to do accuracy by fire.
Little ghost flies away.
So
Now,
that was
completely. I haven't played Pikmin,
6.
but like you know what I'm talking about.
5.
5! I'm in this game!
I completely forgot that you hadn't gone yet.
So I've been waiting very patiently to ask where the hell I am and what the fuck is going on.
You are.
Not that I haven't been paying attention.
You're not in the melee, but
No, you aren't. You are
I'm
kind
like
of.
kind of between.
You are
things.
close to where the spider bus burst out.
Okay.
It didn't pay any attention to you and it ran away.
Right.
You are awfully close to the Yeti that is roaring up.
Yep. Currently not paying attention
At
to
a
me,
bat?
Well, yeah, no, the bat. You saw. You were
American
firsthand
Sign
for the
Language
bat
to tell it.
crashing
Okay.
into the Yeti.
American Sign Language.
You have been
When
super
was it
stealthy
developed?
with all of your
In the 1800s.
magic. No one has noticed anything. Don't worry about
Except-
it.
That's
Except-
Don't worry about it. No
It's
one
gonna
has
be
noticed
tough for
anything.
Oh, right.
You're
I don't
super
know that
stealthy.
anybody's
You're
noticed.
super stealthy.
That's right. Right. Great. How worried am I about this fire?
Which one? There are 2 going on now.
Well, that.
Morgan has just run up and lit like you didn't see anything, but the string of fire has run up the wall following the spider.
Okay.
that could be one very unhappy spider.
If you try and detect magic on it, it wasn't magical.
No, yeah, I'm trying to decide how
They're the
worried
only one
about.
that has detect magic in the party.
I haven't found anything with it yet.
well,
That's
this
actually
is
not true.
Actually,
I
it'd be
found
really
you with it.
funny
Yeah.
if you're the one who understands why the wall catches fire.
Yeah. So.
Shouldn't the wall be screaming?
Oh.
You haven't
Oh,
gotten
God.
there yet.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
That's next turn.
The wall's imbued with ghost rock. That means if it's on fire, it should be screaming.
boy howdy.
I
is
see.
my
Yeah.
spirit roll
So
gonna
fun.
fail.
Do I know that the walls are
What?
imbued with ghost
Boy
rock?
howdy is my spirit roll gonna fail.
Roll me a science roll.
Okay.
-5.
Pretty good chance.
So-
we'll realize
No,
that.
not at me.
One, didn't know what happens to
general fear
ghost
level
rock
is
when you light it
-2.
on fire, and
Oh,
2,
shit.
didn't know that
And
the
I
walls
thought
are
free
made of
rules.
ghost rock.
Oh, yeah.
so
Any
Ghost
ghost
Rock
rock
saying
is
that my
just kind of
my
like souls
science
made
check is gonna be
manifest
-5.
Yeah.
condensed
D4 -5.
into a form. Oh, and also
It is-
in my knives.
So, yeah, so in
And mine.
this case,
Yeah.
That's
the
a
ghost
6,
rock is in the
4,
wooden
unless I
walls.
have more than just the
And
normal
I was
-2.
trying to set the spider on fire.
Don't know, like you have. So you don't know that this is. You don't know if this is true, but you have heard stories about ghost rock infused trees allowing structures that would otherwise not be
Possible. Okay.
to be made possible with certain types of wood.
Do I know how flammable such a thing would be?
You know that ghost rock is quite flammable.
Great.
And trees are
telling me
reasonably
that this
And
mansion
wood is-
the impossible mansion.
I rolled a D8.
It is 100% plant-based mansion. Yes.
Fuck.
Not the reference I'm going for, but I'll take
That's
it.
where my brain went. All right.
It does
you can
taste
also
like
just
meat if
choose
you
that
lick the
material
balls.
because it's expanded.
Don't worry about it.
All right. All right.
I mean, if
Tastes
you
like
want your
pork
mansion to
rinds.
be a fortress, this is the best way to do it.
Ambidextrous. The best ability.
I'm ambidextrous.
I hate to break it to you, JR. That may not be an option for you.
Oh no, he can still take it.
Yes.
After the party,
That means he'll be
After
just
after the
as
party,
dexterous
Bart
with
realized
Also,
he can now use
It's
both
relevant.
hands.
It's relevant. I still have that mechanical arm.
That's true.
Oh.
Right,
And you'll
that
be
thing.
just as dexterous with each foot.
That's true.
Even better.
I kick my gun at him using my left foot.
I will learn kung fu just to be able to do some dumb.
But you see, sir,
Not
I've been
kung
lying
fu
to you this
kicks.
whole time. I am not left
I mean,
footed.
extra
Kung Fu actually has some very high kicks.
Well, no, like, you know the stupid sorts of kicks in,
Someone
like,
made this goddamn
bad
movie
kung
back
fu
in the
movies where, like,
60s.
they kick something around with their feet and then kick it at the person that they're fighting.
Yeah, but that's like a staple of Ip Man movies, and those are actually
Oh, those
good
are actually... Okay, cool.
yeah, those are actually good examples of Wing Chun.
I have not seen Ip
Ip
Man.
Man is a good example of
so-
Wing Chun.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I mean,
I mean, I assume so.
Yeah,
After
then-
Rogue One, I went and watched Ip Man,
then,
and I loved
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
he
that.
actually taught like an entire new school of Wing Chun, and Bruce Lee was his student.
Using what edge?
Yes.
Cool, because there is in fact the martial artist.
There it is.
Edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the martial artist option.
So you gotta start learning somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If
We're
only
the right-
we were in
A city that we might.
the city that is known for martial artists.
Well, I mean, we're not, so...
Ha!
Not anymore.
No!
We are outside that city.
But learning has to start somewhere. Journey of 1,000 steps and all that jazz.
Starts with both feet.
Yeah. Planted in the enemy's face.
You do happen to, not that you've probably learned this, know somebody who knows Cantonese.
I already know Cantonese.
Oh, you do?
Got him.
I just thought that
All
you
right,
knew
yeah, I'm
both.
just gonna have to cast
No, so
Bolt.
I know
How do you do this?
Salish,
guns.
Cantonese, Korean, which is my
Finger guns.
Oh,
my God.
right, because you're
and
Korean.
ASL.
Okay.
Wait a
Hey.
second.
Hey, you.
You need both hands for that too.
Hey,
That's
you.
what I said.
Traditionally.
Yes.
Pretend I have a real gun.
He speaks with an accent.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
Yeah.
never seen a man speak without callus.
I heard somebody say to someone else that they got told once that I can't. You said that in cursive. Can you?
All right.
I'm just gonna cast Bolt on the Yeti. I
Okay.
can't do anything about that fire, even though I want to. I'm assuming elemental manipulation, even if I deal with the devil, will not be a big enough
So
spell.
not so you might be able to curb the fire that is good, freshly started fire.
Right.
The larger fire that is raging up the wall that the Yeti's facing, you will not be able to.
Right. Okay.
Well, that explains why the spider didn't go up that wall.
Actually, is that wall screaming?
That will happen next turn.
So in an ideal world, I'd like to elemental manipulation the fire to hit the spider and then go away.
Okay.
Okay, great. I didn't know if elemental. I thought elemental manipulation was going to be too small for that.
No.
The fire
this-
that you would be controlling is small enough for that.
Yes, this
Okay.
fire is small enough that it is
With my
just
regular
started.
elemental manipulation,
Yes.
not even give me that back then. I'm not dealing with the devil.
The tether that spiders use when they are wall or ceiling climbing is what I set on fire.
Yeah.
Not the wall.
And
And the fire is just starting to catch on the wall.
for instance, I'm only allowed to conjure about a quart of water. So the
This
spell
like a quart
is
of
not
fire.
a big.
It's just
Yeah, but you don't want to
long. It's a long cord
You
of
will,
fire.
you will
Sure.
be able to channel it in a direction. There's enough fire for you to channel into the direction you want, and it will take the other fire
Sweet.
from around.
This is my spellcasting roll. That's a crit fail.
I'm sorry. What?
That's a crit fail.
On
Nope.
the.
You can't. That is the
Can't Benny a
That's the
crit
only-
fail.
I can't Benny a crit fail.
Oh, that's true.
No, I don't.
This
No.
No.
No. how?
Thank
I
you.
want-
There's no rule that says a dog can't get a reroll.
Yup.
Shooks is at home.
Fuck me.
So now.
So I
you
tried to mess with the fire.
No, fuck everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now
no,
we get to
that's
figure out about
So-
backlash.
so
How
what
is
were you
that
trying to
going
do?
to blow up in everyone's face?
I wanted to collect the fire
The
that
wall's
Morgan
on
had
fire
set.
and it's gonna be
Hit the
screaming.
spider
It's
with
gonna
it.
explode
Okay.
in just a minute.
Okay.
Gil,
And
whatever the
I didn't
fuck
do that.
happens regarding Mal's Bart character in intervening in the fire,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see if I noticed that it was Bart who makes the fire different.
Roll me a notice roll.
Also, is this
Because
going to be
I've
off
been
of a
very
rules
suspicious of
interpretation
Bart.
of crit failing a spell, or is this getting gerbered?
Baby food?
So
Don't fuck with baby food, man.
you see, there is a
fuck you.
backfire table.
I should use my.
There's
own
exactly
now.
one thing
This-
that
this
Shaw's
is-
gives a shit about being out of date with, and it's baby food.
That makes
Let's
sense.
find out what you get.
Gil, I got a 6.
You got a 6.
Yes.
Why did you give me this?
Because I rolled it twice.
Okay.
I bought the 6. Because I'm going to notice the fire is different from what I expected. I want to know if
so
I noticed
how
that
does
Bart was
Bart
involved.
do it?
Yeah, okay. There would be hand motions probably. Because he's already kind of given up a little bit on stealth, even though it's going well.
I'm the only person who's noticed.
Right.
No.
But you're a reporter.
No.
Hang on.
The host of the party noticed.
Yeah, but the host of the party isn't he telling everyone.
No.
No, never mind. This is on a
Yeah,
deal
it's
with
not
the
a deal with the devil. Backfiring.
Okay. I thought this was the spell backfire.
It was my spellcasting roll.
Yeah. Okay. So
Just for because it's a power that I have.
No, I get that. But
Okay.
that means last time we did this, last session, you rolled 2 1s on your gambling roll for the devil. So I should have rolled on that.
No, I didn't. I just failed it. It wasn't a crit fail.
No, I believe it was a crit fail.
We can check the tapes on that one.
Yes,
I'm
I
fine with
listened to
that.
it today, and I believe
Okay.
it was a crit fail. Anyway, so you got away with it. So what happens in this instance? So we are Gerbering this.
Instead of concentrating the fire and blasting it at the spider, it accelerates across the wall and begins screaming.
Okay.
That sounds like a noob firebender.
My thought was going to be that instead of the string is catching up, it breaks off the spider and falls onto the waiting group of civilians.
Counter suggestion: it leaps off the thread into the tree.
Okay.
Doing that
spider
would
leaps
actually bring
across-
the fire to the tree.
Yes.
Because it would bring a sail thread.
Yes. Like a
Part of my
like a
intent
sugar
was-
glider pissing across your living room.
Well, actually, that's how spiders fly.
What an image. Part of my intent here is to contain the fire and maybe protect some of the priceless literature.
Yeah, so
in
I think
the library.
catching the entire wall and making it scream on fire would probably
Does
be what I'm
anybody else have a suggestion?
I think that the spider bringing the fire around and making more fire.
Well, that wouldn't be a result of a spell.
Yeah, no, because that'd be kind of the result we were going for.
Like,
It-
my
I
suggestion
wanted
was
the
more
spider-
that
spider
the
to be getting
fire,
hurt.
the fire gets
Well, the spider's not getting
pulled
hurt
by
because that was the point of
by,
the spell.
your spell into into the tree.
Yeah. The spell actually
Ha-
pushes it.
Yeah,
Like, in my opinion, I think the
So
result
you're
of this
catching
should
the
be
Like-
what?
the entire
The
interior
result
of the
is
tree.
definitely more fire.
Eventually,
Yeah.
My vote is in favor of more fire.
me too.
Yes.
I
I'm
think
fine
that
with
that's,
that.
I think we
that's
agreed on
what's
that.
going to happen.
But I
Yeah.
think part of it should be like the silk breaks off, so the fire is now not endangering the
Yes.
spider anymore.
So I'm feeling like if the silk breaks off, then it'll fall onto the crowd of civilians below.
Okay.
I feel like it would waft.
Okay.
It would.
It
It
would
would. It would go out. Into
I
the
would
room.
say, yeah, further,
It
more
would-
wall is on
Like,
fire.
maybe
Okay,
it'll
so-
throw some flames, but I don't know what'll
Wait,
blow up.
aren't there's like a hedge maze or something like that?
No.
Not in here.
Oh, okay.
That's outside.
There's
Yeah,
like
I thought-
some.
That's where we are. We are outside.
No, we're in the
center
courtyard.
courtyard.
There's a small
over
bit
the
of
wall.
shrubbery, like art. It was shrubbery. So I'm going to say that it catches the front wall, the wall opposite of the spider on fire.
Oh boy, that wall's more on fire now.
No, the wall closest to all
Wait,
of
that's
the
my
artifacts. No, that your wall's next to it, spider.
Okay.
Your wall is already
Sorry.
on fire.
Oh.
I wanted
What do you
less
mean?
fire,
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say,
got
Wait,
more.
when did my wall catch on fire?
Since
Your wall's been on fire the whole time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dynamite was thrown.
Not me.
It exploded.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
me this time.
Dynamite was
Dynamite
batted
got
away.
given
Smell
to
of
a
smoke
zombie.
back to the window.
Yeah.
Remember, I was joking about not
Dynamite
needing
got
more
given to a
chaos?
zombie. The zombie went to the Yeti. The Yeti said no politely
Mal,
by sending it into a
Right.
wall.
you gotta understand that 5 of the people at this table are incapable of not increasing chaos.
I know.
And also, you're a 6.
Me included.
so,
So,
Wait, one of them's driving.
Yeah.
so what happens is you attempt to move the fire around, and you succeed. It just
Peter
gets
Parker.
away from you and wafts on the wind, and kind of like it actually like sticks to the wall where you came in from. And
Remarkable amount of wind for a central courtyard.
yeah,
actually, fire will create winds like that.
That's true.
and so it catches the.
That's how tumbleweeds can jump several yards.
So now there is another wall on fire, and the spider continues to skitter up.
So are we at 3 out of 4 walls on fire?
No, because the wall that you attempted to catch on fire did not catch on fire.
A different wall caught on fire.
Yes.
Instead.
The wall was catching on fire.
It was,
was,
and now it's been directed
and
in a
then-
So
different
you-
way.
you-
Moved the fire.
Lifted the whole fire off of the wall,
Yes.
not just
There
the
was
silken
a
thread.
small enough amount of fire on the wall.
Okay,
that
I
Bart's
thought
mani-
that you just took the thread and not the fire that was on the wall.
No.
It's
I wanted to
specifically
gather it all up,
manipulating the fire.
hit the spider with it, and then have it disappear.
Okay.
Was
So
my
what-
plan.
I'm glad that I asked.
So, with hand motions and
Lots
some-
of grunting.
lots of grunting, Bart kind of.
Bart saved the spider.
I want my 6 notice roll to let me know that
Oh.
my plan did not work, and I know why.
Yeah, no, you do. Actually, no. 2 1s? No. Yeah, no, you noticed that. Bart is like doing the thing, and then the fire moves off the wall, and he goes. and it just wafts over to the other wall.
In a true Doctor
Jack
Who,
Sparrow motion.
Yes.
in
And
a
then
Doctor Who editing moment, you like look directly at my face, and I am giving you the most like, what the fuck, cringe.
No! Excuse me!
Okay,
Oh, no,
so
you're cringe
to be
now.
fair-
What is this cringe?
To be fair, Bart has been cringe all party of the all fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He started the fight with a really cringe moment, and he is now
But
continuing the fight.
Just
with
he,
a
really
in
trying,
this
but-
moment, is being faced with an audience who is aware
Mhm.
and telegraphing the depth of the cringe.
No.
He is observed in his cringe.
This man was so cringe in the
To be
fight.
seen is to be
He
cringed.
lost all the ribs.
All right, so it is 8:30. Do you want to start another round, or
Man, time flies.
Mhm.
I mean, we also got started
Combat.
a little bit late.
Oh,
What do people feel?
I mean, I don't mind continuing, at least
I'm
starting,
fine
but then,
continuing it.
Yeah.
and that does mean we'll probably need to make a note of like
Yep.
What our cards are and all
Yeah.
that jazz.
Yeah.
okay, I might not be going.
Should I have kept that one?
Yeah, no.
If I had kept that one.
Probably?
Look at
No,
what I get to
shouldn't
put
have
back,
kept it.
guys.
Yeah.
Joker?
No,
Jack.
it's the Jack of
Oh,
Diamonds.
Jack.
It's a pretty good pull.
Yep.
I mean, I'd rather have it.
God. Fucking damn it.
Are all the
So,
enemies going
sixes?
first?
Hang
So
on.
6.
Alright. So we start with Jokers. Aces. Cool, the guard's turn.
Yay!
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Lexi's putting the chickens away.
So they
Something should personalize to your
start
interests.
firing at.
Everyone.
That's the end of the egg
Yeah,
she
they
collects.
start shooting. Hang on.
What?
So
That's the end of the
anyway.
egg she collects.
And so anyway, we started blasting.
No.
Okay, top, she latched the door. Oh, she actually latched it.
Sounds like one of them hit.
Yeah, one of them finally hit.
She did not collect the eggs.
Okay.
Lexi's putting the chickens to bed.
Do you have too many egg, by the way?
Probably.
Can I help you with that?
Probably.
I was gonna say I'd love to get in on that
I
too.
do need to chat with you about things then.
Alright, so then one of them takes out a odd-looking gun and shoots it at a couple of people.
Any of them shooting it at beard and mustache?
Nope, they still haven't noticed your fight.
Damn it.
The thing that I'm enchanted by, actually, is the fact that Grant called Arthur by his first name,
Mm-hmm.
which is very intimidating.
like a smart person.
I was guessing.
Like a smart
You
criminal.
remember
No,
last
like-
month I was guessing that, because the guy was found in the guy we had alive.
You would call your best
The
friend.
guy that he found alive went to a bar
Mm-hmm.
and went out with this very suspicious man.
Yep.
And then he was drugged.
Mm-hmm.
You would call your best friend from
Yeah.
like, school by their last name, and you would show the intimacy because you didn't add like an honorific.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Calling someone by their first name is a like
And
we're
heat of
fucking them levels of intimacy.
heat of the moment too. Not
Right.
even like
Yeah.
Exactly.
Loss of composure.
Yeah.
I'm confused. 'Cause,
I'm
like,
accusing
roommates.
Grant and Arthur
In
of
the-
being lovers.
in the
Because of-
1860s or 18 in this era. Absolutely.
You do not
So-
be on first name
Okay.
basis with
He
anyone,
pulls
barely
out,
even your
he
like,
pulls out a
husband.
weird gun and shoots some sort of like net-ish substance at some of the people and misses.
Which guy was this?
This
A
is
guard.
one of the guards.
Okay.
No one in the party is on first name basis with JR. I don't think anybody actually knows what JR's names are.
Well,
I
no,
mean-
he keeps introducing himself as JR.
Yeah.
So we just
I mean,
assume, yeah, I guess his name is
particularly A
JR.
bald guard with
No one
splotches
knows
on his
Vex's
head.
names either.
Yeah, my name is
Um,
JR.
with
JAYARE.
glasses.
How is that hard to understand?
Alright, so that
Killed
was
Gorbachev.
aces, kings, queens, jacks.
Yay!
What do you got?
Jack of Hearts.
I have a jack of clubs.
Haha. So I am going to cast a spell and ask for and call out to Rock stumbling down the mountain for help
Okay.
because it seems like we kind of need that at this point.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do a spell casting roll to cast Trinket for 4 power points so that I can get a fully loaded pistol.
Okay.
You're fully loaded?
My fully loaded pistol.
Back at it again. This Krispy Kreme.
Yes! 8. 10 after
10.
the -3.
Okay, so what?
The devils are perfectly fine with giving you a loaded gun.
That's a raise.
Many
so,
devils are fine with that.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah, so
on brand, I
summon
think.
a
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah, no, you.
It's
Is there anything particular you want in this gun?
bullets.
Particular types of bullets?
Silver bullets.
Okay,
just in
the bullets
case.
are silver.
I guess. I don't know.
Might as well.
Anything you want in
Silver,
this
it's
gun.
probably a good shot.
Bullets.
The correct type
Correct.
and size.
Yes. Just
And in this time period, there aren't really options like hollow points
Yeah.
or incendiary or
yeah. Please no.
Torg explosive rounds.
incendiary
Those would
rounds.
probably help against the spider.
Probably would help against spider.
Okay, so
I don't
More
want
fire
more
is your
fire.
answer to everything.
the Sasquatch.
It's good.
Specs is
Sasquatch is probably
down
the
from
But I'm
trees.
pretty
Really
sure.
not one of them.
Hold on.
Yes.
The
As I'm
demolitions
driven,
expert is
I
against
think
more
he's
fire.
getting away.
Correct.
Demolitions and
down.
fire mix.
Correct. Controlled
Very well.
explosions.
Yeah,
And will be
they're a
dumped in next time.
certified demolitions expert, not a pyromaniac.
Okay,
Okay.
you know what?
I feel like I
stand
put in a
adjacent
good
as
faith
the
effort
pyromaniac.
first.
Fair. Understandable.
Stand adjacent.
As the pyromaniac, not the certified demolitions expert.
So, the spider continues to run up the wall. It sprints. It gets to the roof.
God damn it. Glad I've got a gun now.
It doesn't pay any attention to you though. Instead, choosing to
Is it on fire or dragging any fire with it?
No.
Okay. Well,
No,
that's
Bart helped
one
with that.
thing at least.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Bart.
Yeah, I missed it.
So that
No
was-
flaming spider on top of the roof
Yeah.
for me to deal with.
That was Jax. Next is tens.
Ninjas can
9.
Hey!
All right.
I just thought that you had those on you.
I'm gonna cast Bolt at the Yeti.
Okay.
This was sitting right here.
Twice.
Twice.
You
Bang,
don't
bang.
want to 8 feet away.
Bang.
Do I lose a PowerPoint for my failed elemental manipulation?
Yes.
Yeah.
However much elemental manipulation costs,
1.
which is 2.
What? I have 1 written down here.
It should be 2.
Okay.
I have
2.
it right here.
I'm the DM. Source.
Source of the
Martial
DM.
arts. I
Alright,
need
yeah.
One skill level up.
So,
first.
walk me through multi-action turn real quick.
You get a -2 to all your actions.
Of course I do.
You declare it at the beginning.
For
Yeah.
each multi-action. So if you take 3 actions, you get a -4 to everything.
Yes.
There's a reason I
I'm
like
going to
Kill
cast
Great,
Bolt twice at the Yeti both times.
Okay.
because it offsets those -2.
So my
signature
first
weapon?
spellcasting
No,
roll.
Chill of the Grave.
Mm.
It was the
It's a
thing
1
that
and a
made
2.
those people freezing.
Yep. You used that against King
right.
Midas's goons too, right?
I used
That
to
is-
King
that
Midas.
is a
They're-
parody.
And his goons.
No, it's
No,
minus
that's
2.
not a parody.
What?
Parody.
I have 3,
Okay.
which is good because I'm.
I had to use all of mine to not die.
All right. No, the first one misses.
First one misses?
Yeah.
Okay.
The best I got was a 3.
So you do manage to cast it, but you,
Or
you
the-
don't know where. Actually,
It's
So-
a bit limp.
you fire off. You feel the magic leaving you, and you see a window shatter
Okay.
behind it.
Deciding what I need specs to do here.
It's fun
They're
having a
fucking
character like this. My
finally.
turns are really easy.
That's a 7. There we
Yeah.
go. For my second
In
bolt.
theory, I
yeah.
have basically
Okay.
2 things: stab,
So that
Or get
will
a
that
zombie
hit
to stab.
then?
That,
and then the question is who.
yeah, it hits.
Okay. So
You
now I
roll
get
the
to do.
By the time I get to activate,
my
it'll probably be a
2d6 for
very
damage.
different ward state.
Yeah, probably.
Depending
Are
on
you
what
at
magical
2 or
bullshit
something?
happens,
5.
yes.
Are you at 2 or something?
Uh-huh.
That ain't gonna do shit, is
I
it? Is it?
love that,
Five?
like,
No.
despite the fact that we went into this together, neither of us have any idea what the other one is.
Uh-huh.
On brand for both of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like not having my gun.
JR convinced me to do this thing, and now I'm in over my head.
As is JR.
Yeah. So
In a completely different way.
you pull with one finger, and then nothing happens, and you like take aim again and pull. You hit it. So like you see a puff of fur go up. It just
More
growls.
superficial scratches.
It is not paying attention to you as it has the bat in its hands. That crashed into it. All right, so that was 9s, 8s, 7s.
Hey! So yeah, I'm going to... my knives are still in these guys, right?
Remove them.
No, they have been removed.
Damn.
In the rest of everybody else's fighting, you guys have pulled apart.
Okay. Well, now I attempt to stab them both in the gut.
Okay. Is this a called shot?
No. No, it's
Okay.
not.
You just attempt to stab them.
Yep. And
Alright.
actually, yeah. I don't have ammo. So.
How many ammo does my gun have? Or my knife? You heard it right.
Okay.
Nice.
A 9 on what Grant? What was it?
Mustache
Beard.
or beard?
It's a gun that shoots swords.
Got
that
beard.
explode.
I mean, one of them has a G and one of them has an A.
Grant, yes.
Okay.
Mustache
So-
and beard.
So 9 on Garrett.
Mhm.
That was my
Not
best
a group.
card for way too many.
I go Nash.
Oh.
I say that
Oh.
but it works.
What?
I say that's dumb and I love it.
Oh, so,
I
and
say
they
that too much, but it applies a lot.
25 to Arthur.
Okay, how much
But
damage?
it was on my Krieg playthrough.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Of course
right?
Yeah, man.
So it's this, my strength, my a d6 for the extra damage. Oh boy. Well, first I'll punch our friend Garrett or Grant. 6 to Grant.
Garrett? No,
6 to
Garrett.
Grant.
Yeah. He'll probably be fine.
Grant, okay. He is noticeably shaken.
Cool.
Like,
He's
staggers. Yeah, he staggers back a little bit.
And then a 19.
19?
Yeah.
On Arthur?
Yep. On Anthony.
Yep.
That's a man who's about to have
so
that day.
you lunge in with your knife against Grant, and he. It doesn't seem to be a conscious thing. Like, he doesn't knowingly dodge out of the way, but he kind of stumbles back, and you just miss, but he's visibly shaken.
Yep.
And Arthur, watching this, doesn't see your knife go for him, and you get him through.
They've clearly never fought an ambidextrous opponent before.
Yes,
So
you
Grant-
get him through the neck.
So Grant is shaken and Arthur is stirred.
Indeed.
Yep.
Good morsel.
And thus,
And
in the existential
Arthur
crisis
falls
of
limp on your
true James
blade.
Bond, Arthur does not exist anymore.
I just watched Quantum of Solace again.
How was it?
It's okay. The fact that it's
Yeah,
not
he's
that
dead.
good is balanced
So
out by the fact
sevens.
that it's not that long.
6.
That's not
That's
the one
kinda
with
how I
the,
felt.
that's not the
Okay.
one with the hard drive and
More sixes!
I think that's
That one
probably
would
no
be-
time
Well,
to
you
die.
know,
That one
called
was
it.
bad.
So
That's
now
all I
the
remember.
Yeti,
Or is it?
Uh,
It's the Yeti too.
the Yeti
Spectre.
decides to teach this
Tonight.
creature a lesson that has just plowed
Because if
into
you
it.
no time to die is too recent for you to
The
go
The
bat.
Bat.
drunk.
Oh, the
Man,
bat.
I knew no
The Batman.
There's
Yeah, it's
there's
most
just like
recent.
so much going on that
The
I'm
man
just
bat
a
pig.
little tiny recap.
It was senior year.
And
That would be
it
Spectre.
attempts to grapple with the bat and doesn't make any purchase.
Burning Mansion.
It just kind of is like fighting with it. No real damage to either of them
I
has
don't
been
remember
done.
Kingsman 2 very well either.
Oh my
It is
god.
That was
bloody.
worth
It is looking bad.
I'm imagining in my head like that kind of sad like trombone noise.
Sad trombone noises.
Okay, so that was 6s, 5s.
That's me.
Yep.
There's a part of me that really wants to go over to Bart and slap him in the face, just to add to the
To the drama?
I'm not gonna
no,
stop
to
you.
the Jack Sparrow.
Jeez.
But
Yeah.
like,
That's
I'm
one of
also
the martial artists.
I also want to know like what my other options are because I don't actually have that many combat skills.
Attempt to punch the guy I'm punching. Well, stabbing.
They're a little bit far away from that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, other side of the courtyard.
You're not as fast as
That's
me?
awesome.
Who's as fast as you?
I also want the spells for spell,
No one.
so I can do
No, this
other
is
two
the
damage,
spider,
or
maybe.
four.
Maybe the sun.
Yeah.
Could
So 9 damage.
Oh, shoot.
It's so
could you
bad.
pass me
Kill
the
someone.
blue book?
If the
blue
spider's
book.
that fast, I
The
should
thin
probably
one
get
or the hard
fleet-footed.
one?
The hard one.
That makes sense, right? Get fleet-footed. That way I have an 11 pace.
You do have to change your name to Mac.
Fleetfoot Mac.
Fastest feet in the west.
That's my name.
I will let you use
How does it keep
a notice roll to call out an opening in an enemy's.
I was about to say, in Bart.
Oh, for fuck's
I'm
sake.
Oh wow!
floundering
Jesus
currently.
Christ! Tonight.
Am I allowed
Nope.
to? No.
Oh,
Two
is that
ones,
2
you
ones?
say?
You say?
Yeah.
I do appreciate the dice.
So
Nail.
you go up and slap Bart.
That's his name just being like,
In the background, anyone who understands this reference in the audience automatically hears the Pirates of the Caribbean music while I slap Bart. Because I know that he's the one who prevented me from setting the spider on fire.
I don't
A
think
random
words,
noble
and
goes,
you're
oh,
gonna
I
burn
love
down
that
this
ride
beautiful
in
house.
Disneyland.
No.
I'm so glad you stopped it from not working.
All right. So with that, it's the bat's turn.
I hope the bat is sufficiently distracted by the Yeti.
Oh, it is quite distracted by the Yeti.
My concern is about the screaming.
The screaming of the wood.
of the walls.
Yeah.
And the bat, because bats use echolocation to
Oh god, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well, it's only part bat.
Yeah, but it
Maybe
was
it's also
flailing
got mana
more.
in it.
It's other
Yes.
part panicking
It's-
human.
Yeah.
Great.
The human part is also affected by the screaming wood.
It's fine.
Differently.
The man is psychologically affected, and the bat is physically affected.
Exactly.
The end result is so much flailing.
You ever seen a bat caught in someone's hair? Yeah, he used to have a lot of hair.
So it also is attempting to grapple with the Yeti and fails. They are
I
parody
want
and
like cartoon music over there.
The Yeti has done exactly one thing of any note, and that is nearly kill JR.
Mm-hmm.
After 3 rounds of trying.
Gentlemen, you will always remember this is the night you nearly killed JR.
So, Forrest. Cool.
Wow.
It's Team Waitstaff's turn.
Oh,
The real wait staff or the fake wait staff?
The murder
Wait,
staff.
They're all
Staff.
fake wait staff.
Yeah. There is no real waitstaff.
I thought that there was
This
real
explains why the
That's
service is
Spoons
terrible.
all the
There
way
were
down.
some, but they got the fuck out.
Does anything matter that one of their leaders
Because
dies?
the real kitchen staff were helping me when I first started
Damn.
getting the Pikmin to the door.
Yes,
And
they
they're
were.
gone now.
That's
Yeah, they're
why
gone
this
at this
entire
point.
time I've been confused about who the real fake wait staff is.
All the real guys are
They're
gone
fake
at this point, or
Okay.
crammed in a door.
It's goons all the way down.
And all that's left is the goon cockroaches.
Okay, so
I feel like I'm hearing that way too much.
a few of them.
What, gooning?
No!
But to be fair, people use that word too much too.
Yes, I agree.
I.
To be fair, though, it is a funny word.
It is kind of fun.
Whoops.
The annoying part is that it's just
Okay.
become very.
I should
Broad.
have been.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have been rolling better for them. No, I appreciate it. Okay.
See, the problem
so
is that
this
I can't
is-
call evil minions anything except evil minions now. Because if they're goons, they're gooners. If they're gangbangers, then that's an entirely different thing.
That is a
It's
thing.
just
Henchies.
yeah,
Minions.
Yeah, no, evil minions is like.
But
the
if they're
only thing.
minions, then they're minions.
Yes.
So they gotta be henchmen.
And henchman is
Alternatively-
so many syllables.
Call them goons
also-
anyway.
Do I have
Henchies.
a single. Nope, I have one.
Isn't
I
that a
can't
type
wait
of
for the
bulldog?
internet to somehow ruin that word as well.
Just make them-
It will. The internet
Yeah.
ruins everything.
You could just call them the help.
Yeah, that's been ruined so long it doesn't even matter now.
It
Yeah,
was
no.
ruined in the first place.
It
Exactly.
was always bad.
Oh.
4, 15.
Practically make a comedy sketch about this in like Gotham or something.
Need to get
Yeah.
this arm.
You know?
So
To
So-
be honest, that would be some really good
Mechanical arm.
Two-Face.
alpha
So I
humor.
can
You
get
really
it.
would.
Like-
Two-Face concerned about his image.
No,
Yeah.
just doing a like Abbott and Costello sketch about like Gen Alpha slang.
The penguin, yeah, the penguin and Two-Face trying to decide what do we call our guys. Ugh.
And
Oh, and you have to have like some Gen Alpha minions in the background just snickering at everything they say.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, whispering among themselves and then texting their friends every time they try to pick anything.
so the woman with the scar over her eye and the bloody forehead gets like a whole bunch of these waitstaff just are surrounding the guards and mobbing them. They keep on going at them, never giving them a second chance. And eventually the one with the ruby blonde hair goes down.
No.
She is stabbed in the chest.
No.
Like one of them
What's
manages-
her name?
How the hell are the random like
They're cultists.
cultists better at fighting than guards?
Look, cultists
So
get
do
a
you
lot of
know
stabbing
how
practice.
the Russian army functioned in World War II?
Well, isn't it the same way they've been functioning for decades?
So you group your soldiers in pods of 3. You give all of them ammo, but only one gets a gun. Cultists work like that. If you throw enough bodies at the problem,
One of them gets a gun.
one of them gets through with a gun.
I was gonna say, the cultists believe in what they're fighting for. The
And
bodyguards are hired to do their job.
That's
The
true.
one with the bald, splotchy head
Yeah,
with
Gorbachev.
spectacles gets shot. Not like fatally, but he is winged back. And they are attempting to press the person who was the host of the party back towards the doors.
Uh-oh.
And they haven't noticed that the wall they are pressing him towards is on fire now.
They'll figure it out soon.
The Ruby Blonde thought that I had film, and she wouldn't stop looking through my
No.
stuff.
And
Different hand. But,
No, wait.
but,
Where'd it go? Oh,
but, if martial arts is kicking people,
Flit
so
makes a
So-
fighting attack with one action and then another from a different hand.
does it count
Later
multi-action?
Pretty
And
silly.
so
Doesn't
with
inflict
that,
multi-action. Interesting.
Grant angrily just he stares at you.
Agility
How
D8.
love-
dare
I love that this is what JR is
Dare
trying
you
to
kill
kill.
my
Two-fisted.
Oh.
That was
Oh.
so easy. Brothers.
He
Or
reaches
brothers.
into,
Really
The
good
jacket
friends
of-
and roommates.
They
They're
were
called
roommates.
pulls out a knife and lunges towards you.
Okay.
Brother in cult. Yeah, it's not action. Makes sense.
In the biblical sense. Brothers in the biblical sense.
Did he get unshaken?
In a biblical sense.
Sometimes you take a vow
Actually-
of everlasting brotherhood.
Excellent question.
You've heard about the monasteries, right?
That is an excellent question.
And the
Let me find out.
nunneries.
No.
Hey, that means he can still attack me. If
No,
I-
you can't.
Oh, I thought a shaken was like a -2 if you did
No,
shake
shaken
it.
is you can't
No,
do
you have to
anything
clear
until it's removed. So he is still stumbling around, growls at you, pulls out the knife.
you!
Yeah, basically.
I need to put my gun on a chain.
Well, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing next
You
round.
should put it on a badge reel.
So that was. So that was 4.
I thought it was going to be gun checks.
3.
Hi.
Hey!
Wait,
I can't
multiple
complain to you
people have
anymore.
2?
Yeah.
No, I had a 9 this time. I already wasted my turn.
It was a 3.
My turn was great doing
So-
agility things.
So you're noticing that the guards aren't doing too well.
Nope. The Eddie's at least kind of preoccupied, but they're preoccupied by Man-Bat.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like perfect dynamite base.
And, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But, however, the walls are screaming.
Yep, the walls have begun screaming.
And do I...
Make me a notice roll.
Yeah, I would like to make that a weird science roll.
Make me a notice roll.
Okay.
Or you can do the science roll first.
4, and we're going to keep raising that. We're going to keep raising that.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
9.
Oh, that
So,
increases my parry by 1.
As you see, as the walls have begun screaming, and you are seeing
One of my
flickers
bonuses
of green
is
fire
+1 to parry.
come out in
All the
the
bonuses
pattern of
increase to 2.
veins, like almost as though veins have worked its way through the wood. You know this to be ghost rock.
Yep, nope, that is,
It is
not even a question.
And
Specs is having a bad time.
yeah, also the screaming has gotten a lot closer than it should have. You only see one wall on fire, but you hear screaming above you.
What?
The wall, the
Yeah.
wall you are at is on fire.
Yep, that I'm very well aware of.
Okay, I thought. Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
So that wall, the wall above you has caught fire.
Yep. I did my
Can everyone-
hair. I got a
everyone
nice
stop for a
dress.
Look, your dress isn't ruined with blood.
Yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I would call that christened.
Yeah, you would.
And honestly, red soaking into orange might be okay.
Like a
Oh,
tequila,
So I
especially
will
with the
also
gold
give you with this
accents.
notice roll
like a
Yeah.
tequila sunrise.
that the
Or tequila sunset.
that the
You've
two
got the gold. I don't have the gold.
Yeah,
living
on mine, and mine would
displays
probably
up to
be
the
have a lot of blood on
are
it by then at this
very
point.
excited.
on account of the deck.
That guy,
does
the other
not
guy I
shock me
stabbed.
in even the slightest, and I have no way to fight a fire.
The
Mine is my own.
What about with
Kindly
fire?
looking person is pressed up
Didn't work
against
for
the
me.
glass, watching everything,
Yep.
You tried to control it.
and the jackalope is nowhere to be seen.
I'm glad it got out.
What about the lion?
My sense case.
Don't know.
Party is 5.
I mean, to be fair, out of all the animals, that's the one that I feel like wouldn't break out of its cage.
My party is
Are
5.
you sure there's a lot of fire?
Not near it.
Cats being
No,
known
there
for
is.
their level-headedness and grace
It
under
is.
But it's in a
pressure.
metal cage.
It is.
I'm gonna make a zombie.
Okay.
So the body that is from one of the
That line would
weight
be gone at
staff.
the first explosion.
So we're going to make that weird science roll now.
Good luck.
Thank you. We desperately
Doesn't
need
even,
it.
it just teleports above the.
You're right, just no clicks.
I'm not using that tray again because I would get worse with it.
Didn't you roll a
Except for the first
20?
Ah, diggity.
Not today.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, the first time you rolled
10.
it today, you got way better than your previous roll.
10.
You got 2
You
sixes.
get it with a raise.
That wasn't the
Cool. We apply paddles.
I thought that was
Yeah,
the
so
right-
Another 20.
It actually
Yeah,
does something with
that
this
was like
spell.
Like usually I get really low rolls, and also every single time I've crit failed, it's been in that tray.
Ah, fair enough.
Pardon me. I'm about to.
Do you want a different tray?
I think I'm just gonna keep using the table.
This tray has not worked for me.
This one.
Yeah.
It's
A raise on a casting
Depends
roll
for me.
increases one of their
when
traits
it's,
by
when it's
one die
facing
type.
lengthwise to me, it works better for me.
We're gonna go with strength.
Well, it's
You
way
get a
roll.
lot of paradox.
I give it the knife that you really don't want to be stabbed with, and I tell it to go and fight all of the weights of the
Really
fake
killed
weight
themselves
staff.
multiple
When it
times
is done,
casting spells.
stop.
Not least of
All
all
right.
because they
You
want
are going to be in
paradox
charge of the
right, and bad
zombie. It
things
will work
happen.
on your turn.
Yep.
Would you like to be able to think
It
of nothing
has
but
a
man-cat
strength
forever?
die.
Because that
They would like to
happened.
help you on that.
That happened by accident.
Right? Or is that...
It wasn't
On
supposed
purpose,
Oh, wait,
actually.
that's
by
actually-
accident.
It wasn't supposed to affect us.
So many things were not supposed to affect us.
Consequences were supposed to be for other people.
That is a tired man.
Consequences be
Is-
damned!
That's
Damn the consequences!
Yes, that's what happens in the
Abilities
Feywild
and
fight, or the
skills.
Feywild
So
fight.
I'm going to give you it as a D8 in strength.
Yeah, okay. Which it's going to be using strength to fight with the knife. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
That's how
stabbing
we'll
its
do it.
own skill?
No,
Fighting-
it's just brawl.
Brawl is technically the skill,
Got it.
Fighting or brawling would be stabbing.
which I don't know what these cult. Assumedly, these cultists are really good with knives.
Fighting.
You don't talk about Fight Club.
I ain't gonna talk
By
about
which
we
we
don't
mean
talk
talk
about.
about fight club
Okay.
excessively.
Yeah.
He's in Fight Club.
So whatever
Oh.
die that we're going to be using to fight
What
with
do
the
you think he's
knife,
been doing in the walls?
that I'm going to raise that by one.
I will
That's
get you
associated with
the
the sound of shifting
Yeah.
sand.
everything you need. So
Brawl
that
is
is 3,
edge.
2,
Fighting is
Hey,
athletics. But
2.
Jews, that's me.
Good morning!
Hi.
Hi.
Shoot.
Yeah, obviously. The question is who? So the spider's out of sight.
The spider has gotten out of sight.
The Yeti is engaged.
The Yeti is engaged with the bat.
And
Bart has just been slapped.
you probably deserved it.
Not as much as you'd think.
The guards are being pressed back, and some of them have fallen.
I know literally nothing.
And
I don't like
Lester
that.
has just killed a man.
So you
That's
know
what
it's
you're supposed to
Tuesday.
do. Yeah.
Do you have even the slightest idea how little that narrows
Specs
it down?
is nowhere to be seen.
Nor is JR. Also, the building's on fire?
And the building is on fire.
In multiple places.
Yeah.
Can you hear the screaming?
Yes.
Probably.
Yep. And it started screaming.
There's just wind coming at you that just screams.
Yeah. One of my
Damn
many
it.
like
No, it's
making
not
it
a
worse
kettle.
questions, mechanical question. The side of the room that is on fire that Dave's character is in was soaked with JR's blood, and it's also on fire.
Yep.
Does the blood affect the ghost
No.
rock burning in
It's
any way?
Not
It's
in
not
any
gotten to that.
noticeable way.
It's also
Okay.
not gotten up to there yet, I don't think.
Not yet.
That's third floor.
Okay. since I just learned today that Ghost Rock is souls.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's just the screaming is just compressed gases.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It sounds a lot like
That's
swimming.
what all the big scientists.
Well,
say.
I'm asking a mechanical question. Does if you spill the blood on Ghost Rock,
No.
That does not. I don't think.
does it
anything.
work?
Doesn't
like
do
that?
anything.
Good
Okay.
question.
Good
No.
question, though. Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've learned something more new about this game.
Okay, so we're shooting.
Yep.
We're probably shooting 2 shots
Mm-hmm.
because we like to shoot 2 shots.
And you will get an additional -1 to this because of your phobia.
Of heights.
Yes. Unless you shoot at something at your level or slightly below it.
Which isn't a target right now.
Nope.
No.
Sorry, Everett, you have to look down.
At least it's not dark.
It
What-
is
with
very
all
much
of the
not
fire.
dark.
Yeah, all the fire.
It is quite bright. What with all of the weird science lights and the fire and the oh god.
Well, the Mercuritic insanity has determined that Lester no longer has the situation under control.
Yeah. Yay! Is that guy vulnerable anymore? I think he
He's
drops
shaken.
it at the end of his turn.
He does drop it at the end of turn, but he is shaking.
Yeah, I made that.
Hey,
I,
nice shot.
I shook off the
I
shaking.
can't remember.
Okay, so that is a 5.
I have a
Ashton,
pile of them.
that was mine.
5
Okay.
will be a hit.
Success on your shot.
Correct. That's 5 after the minuses.
Okay.
Are you gonna make a second attack first, or
My second attack's it's going to depend on what this bullet does, who I'm attacking second. 2d8 minus 1. Can I? So 5,
Very interesting game.
10 damage. 10.
10?
10.
it definitely breaks the toughness.
Yes.
And he's shaken, which means he takes wounds.
Thought he wasn't anymore.
No, he didn't drop it.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
He's not affected by a debuff.
God.
He wanted to stab me, but he couldn't shake the shaken.
So you fire across the courtyard, and this
Sniper
man who
elite
is
style.
angrily just having a tantrum at
He definitely is.
Lester, you wing him in the shoulder, and he stumbles back and kind of looks around for where that shot came from.
Well, he's not dead, so we're going to do it again.
Hey!
And we're going to hit again.
Okay.
4.
Can you Benny damage? There we go.
Can I Benny damage?
Damage
Okay.
is being
You
bad.
get
Yes.
yeah.
Give it to Gil.
Yeah.
That's better.
Better.
It is still better.
8.
8.
I think that'll wound him.
Is that plus
yes.
the weapon's damage?
What?
Doesn't the rifle have a plus something for its damage?
Yes, that negates the -1 of the standard rifle. It should be 2d8 minus 1, but because it's a signature weapon, it's just 2d8.
So its damage is -1. Yeah.
No, that's what I got written down. 2d8 minus 1.
So-
I was like, huh.
You manage to shoot him as well. You take him in the other shoulder. He stumbles back a little bit, and just veins are popping out on his forehead. He
That's
is
not good.
red.
Yeah, he's just mad. Look at this man, he's mad.
Just sticking with your pokey stick again.
Oh no, I have a funnier thing I want to do.
Okay.
What the fuck is
Sticking
wrong
with
with
his
this guy
pokey
that he
stick?
can
Yes!
just
There we
make
go.
gunshot wounds?
Because
You got
he
it.
is a wild card.
Yeah, just like us.
So, twos, as that was
That's
everyone?
it. We're done.
Also, shock.
Okay,
Fair
with
enough.
that, we will call it for the day.
Good
It
timing.
is 9 on the dot.
Nice.
Perfect.
Once.